plot.
Mud
And
deep
besides,
plot
I
indeed.
just used it to rub it in Han Solo's face. It's great. Don't worry about it.
Exactly.
And then, he just came in and took it, so it doesn't really matter. It's fine. It worked out.
It worked out.
It worked out. Oh,
man.
I discovered I had the ability to do a new stupid goblin voice, and I was really proud of myself.
Here we fucking go.
Let me see if I can conjure this shit up again. Like, all right. Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy. It's your favorite goblin, useless moron. Like, oh my god, you guys, like, you remember that time that I was locked in prison with that other the other goblin, Azalea Esquire? Yeah, we like, have a strong, like, love-hate, but mostly hate relationship. Also, I hate that drow guy, what's his name, Thristoerden, yeah, that's it. More like Pistoerden, am I right?
Please say.
Please say.
Please say. What is it? Oni-chan.
Hey, Oni-chan, what are we gonna do on the floor, Oni-chan? Oni-chan, we can't do that, we're related. Oh, not by blood? Yeah, okay, put it in.
You give off two distinct vibes. Good shit, by the way.
Thank you.
Just want to commend you. Fucking, you give me two distinct vibes of, like, boxing coach in the rundown building in, like, the slums of towns that used to be a gang member but has a heart of gold.
Yeah.
Or the actor who's reprising the role of worthless idiot when he's trying to get into character. But they couldn't afford a good actor.
They couldn't afford, like, a good replacement. This is all they had.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's just
that scene from the last Airbender where there was the play. That's
Yeah,
what it
yeah,
is.
yeah.
Oh my god.
That's what it is.
Yo, Anna and stuff. I'm Zuko.
Oh my god.
My hair is out of control. But do I care? No, the ladies dig it. I'm gonna beat the shit out of the Avatar. He's like a little 10-year-old bald kid. It'll be easy.
Oh my god.
Not the first time I've started a fight in the Children's Cancer Ward. Probably won't be the last.
Hey. Thank you, Smirk.
You're welcome. I came up with this like yesterday, and then I was perfecting it at work today, and I'm like, yep, okay,
Oh my god.
this is getting used somewhere.
Holy shit. My brain was here at some point, and now it's just fucking gone.
I swear.
Like kabloosh.
I feel like half the time, like, everything gets derailed. It's because I was just like, wait, no, I have to make a joke, and then we just sit here and laugh for 20 minutes. It's like, oh, my bad. Curse my natural sense of showmanship.
I hear that voice and all I can think is, "Put me in, coach! Put me in!"
I don't know, you sure you're ready, kid?
I'm ready, coach! Put me in!
Alright, go on in there. Give 'em hell, kid.
Just gets socked in the face and knocked out right away.
He's like, 5 times your height, but you got it, kid.
It's got 5 times your weight. And also, you got, like, glass bones, but, you know what? You got moxie, kid.
Is this like Mead's, like, cousin?
Oh, no. Hey, Edelweiss, it's your Uncle Ricardo.
No.
And I don't know if Mead told you, but he owed me a lot of gold. I suppose you could pitch in a little bit, could you? Oh, by the way, very sorry for your loss.
Why do I believe, like, Mead's, like, 10% goblin? Like, he has some sort of ancestry, and that's why he's just so unhinged.
Oh, my goodness.
Can we just make it, like, half-orc instead?
Hobgoblin?
Ooh.
Yeah, there we go. Hobgoblin. That would work.
Yeah, Mead's half brother. What can I say? As you can tell, I received the good look side of the genetic equation.
I'm gonna die.
Me just sitting on a fucking bar stool looking at Edelweiss while Edelweiss is just trying really hard to fucking ignore him. Hand shaking, cigarette in hand. It's like my dad always said, kid. Goblins, not even once.
Can it be just Ghost Mead?
This just goes me to like just sitting there smoking a ghost cigarette.
Yeah. Don't look at me like that. Ghosts can't get lung cancer.
God damn it.
It's all the fun we've done at a buzz.
God, I'm dying.
Yeah,
What
it's
is
the same
this
when I can't feel
turning
my
into?
organs failing.
Sound like a deflating balloon.
Alright, off to a good start, everyone.
I'm really glad I picked this moment to share that.
Yeah, good shit.
Oh my goodness.
This is why humanity's dying, kid.
Yeah, you know what they say about goblin girls. Half the size, but twice the, you know what I mean. You know what I mean.
hate-
Oh my gosh. Stop.
Hey.
I hate that I've, like, tapped into an ancestor from, like, Boston or some shit.
Like, this guy is living in Frostvale somewhere.
Oh my gosh.
God damn it.
Hey, you know what they say about tiefling girls, right? It burns.
Ah! Bad! I hate this. I'm getting in the goddamn side tube.
Are you just gonna
Everything.
start going through all the races, Graham?
Maybe. This is my version of that anime where it's just a guy having sex with all the different monster girls.
No!
Look, I know they say writers are great for, like, you know, BDSM and stuff, but let me tell you, it ain't worth it, kid. It ain't fucking worth it. You think it's gonna be all kinky fun times, and you wake up 8 hours later tied up in webbing, little buzz going on, and you realize you're gonna die. The things I had to do to escape that place. Shit'll haunt me for the rest of my days.
Jeez.
Oh my god.
This reminds me of a fucking quote I wanted to drop as Mead in, like, his voice.
Oh no.
Just like me trying to teach Edelweiss about two different fucking plants that look similar but can cause two different fucking effects. He just looks at Edelweiss, he's like, alright kid, this one's like a first kiss. Soft, pleasurable experience. It leaves you warm and fuzzy for like a day. This is like angry makeup sex with a halfling. Blurry, jostling experience. Wavers between ecstasy and being eaten alive. Although I still look fondly on my time with Drekka, I wasn't about to relive anything that came close with it.
Oh my god. Oh my fucking god. Mead being dead is a tragedy. I didn't even realize how much of a tragedy until this moment.
Well, Graham, here's the thing. Just talk to Exalted Moon isn't trained enough for that. Talk to Red's aunt, and you can talk to Mead again.
Oh jeez.
Look, I know you mostly do tabaxi spirit calling, but you ever tried calling a human ghost? Just could use some closure with my father.
Oh Jesus. The fucking seance we didn't need.
And then it just ends up with, like, you know, Mead haunts Edelweiss for a while, and we're just stuck with him.
Yep, and just ridiculous shenanigans with
Mead has to speak for Red's aunt.
Oh, my I
None
was
of
gonna
the
say,
Tabaxi look at her the same ever again.
see, my dumb thought was, and then Mead ends up accidentally possessing Septos for a while.
God.
Septos would never.
You know, there is an easier route for this.
Probably, but
I don't know. I think it's funnier to have Mead possess, Exalted Moon, but
that would be great. Just Mead's voice coming out of his body, like, Oh,
Exalted Moon would hate it.
I know he would. That makes it even better.
They'll watch them be friends.
Exalted Moonja afterwards is just like, it's like going through all 5 stages of a hangover, but without none of the fun.
No! I spit on my computer.
Oh my goodness.
Alright, apologies. Smart, get in the side tube.
Hold on a
Grammys.
second.
Yeah, no worries.
I logged in, but then I accidentally refreshed again, and so it's like, okay, you have to wait
So,
to log back in again. I'm like, God fucking damn it.
oof.
It'll be 60 whole seconds. A little less now. Never been with a dryad before. Always afraid of splinters. Or was that Spriggans? You know,
Spriggans.
3 people. Ugh. Never. Ugh. That is just an unpleasant thought.
Well, you getting in touch with your nature side, buddy?
No. You know what? Nature is best when it's over there or on my plate. Nice and cooked.
Fuck.
I hate everything that I've done.
I hate
You
everything
sure?
you've done. I'm gonna be so like I had everything in my head and now I'm just ruined.
I'm so sorry.
Alright,
There,
I'll
I am
fly
in
back
it now.
to your pants as always. Actually, we'll
You
ask
mean,
her.
like,
Oh, what's up?
Bob Hoblin.
Bob
Shut
Hoblin.
the fuck up.
Bob
Hey,
Hoblin.
it's me, your Uncle Bob Hoblin.
I hate this. He has such a shitty fake name as me did.
It's so good.
Oh my gosh. I love to hate him.
It's the goblin you love to hate.
It's me, the Hobgoblin you love to hate. By the
Oh
way,
my
kid, is
God.
that cat of yours, she house trained? Cause I don't do cats.
Oh. Okay. We need to give Scott a moment to recollect himself.
I just, fuck me.
I'm so sorry.
No, you're good, you're good. Just, fuck. I'm being outplayed right now in my own game.
I'm so sorry.
This is why we're doing Planescape. So you can learn from Graham's shenanigans.
Just
I'm
as
gonna
I've
give you-
learned from yours.
2 minutes. Not even 2.
It's like a symbiotic relationship where, you know, I bring something to the table and you bring something to the table and we stab each other with knives over who gets to take the table contents.
Who gets to take the table?
Fuck you, it's my table.
Fuck you, it's my table.
Fuck you! I worked hard to get this raw mahogany table. Look at this beautiful piece of craftsmanship.
I fucked on this table.
I fucked on this table more than you ever did.
Oh my gosh. Graham, what are you even saying?
I was trying to make an illusion about like, oh, you know, this is a symbiotic relationship, Scott, where it's like, I put something to the table and you bring something to the table, and then we stab each other with knives over who gets to keep the table. And then Scott was like, did the mead voice like, ah, fuck you, it's my table. Like, fuck you, no, this is my table. This is quality mahogany. I'm not giving this up to you.
This was like $5,000. Are you kidding me?
Fuck you.
Fuck you.
Fuck you.
Fuck
It's
you.
a custom wormwood table. You think I'm giving it to you? You're crazy.
I backed this thing at Frost Starter, okay? Like, you know what? They only made 1,000 of these. It's gonna be worth big money one day, and I'm not giving it up to the likes of you, Escobar.
Oh my
You or
gosh.
your creepy little half-blood twink of a son.
Oh my gosh.
I feel like I'm channeling some really dangerous energy with this.
Yeah.
quick question, Bob. Quick question. What's the term for killing another family member?
Well, it depends on the family member. Like, you got patricide and matricide for your father or mother, respectively. I think for, like, a brother, it's fratricide, and for sister, it's, like, sororicide.
Let's go for a cousin.
Cousin, shit, I don't know. I think they just call it murder.
Okay, cool. Murder. We're good people.
We really are.
Okay, alright. Question. Fucking question based on when we last left off. Do y'all want the lower decks map first? Like, do you guys want to, like, pick up from the lower decks map, you know, where, like, Ozric and Atlas were, or do you want to pick up from, like, the main airship? I just want to ask in case there was anything else that needed to be done down there.
No, I went upstairs, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't need to do anything else down there.
Okay, just checking. Fly by the seat of your pants, Scott. Fly free.
Oh my, really? There's a word for killing yourself with the aid of the physician
Yeah.
and suicide by car. Autocide and meticide. Really? Why does suicide by cop, but meticide and autocide have its own word?
Yeah, shouldn't it have its own fancy term like pigicide or something?
Graham.
Pegicide.
Oink oink.
There's a specific word for killing a family member for their property.
Well, that applies here.
It's really long. Here, it's stupid long. I'm gonna post it here.
Holy shit.
Familiaricide in communication eus possessio.
The act of killing a family for their property or possessions.
Neat. The more you know.
This feels like a Hogwarts spell.
There is a word for killing a god or divine being.
Yeah, deicide.
Yeah, deicide.
I don't know these words, man.
How have I never
There's-
told
You've
you
never
about
tried.
deicide? Wow, I feel like deicide is a word I should have used around you more.
Deicide.
No. There's one for killing a bishop. There's so many.
In Smite, that's the term for killing the entire other enemy team. Just deicide.
Nice.
Despite there being like 5 of them.
Okay.
Wow. It's D&D. It's hamburgers.
Hamburgers.
Hamburgers. Alright, let me see here. You know, that might be a better song. I'll just kind of lead in with the song. We're all ready, right?
With my persistent coughing, yeah, we're good.
Cough.
Oh my goodness, you too. Smirk, you're recording, right?
Yes.
Just joking.
I
Alright.
started
much
recording
of that-
right before Bob Hoblin.
Oh my gosh.
Right before I started
all
doing the
Bob
voice.
Hoblin is recorded. Oh no.
Thank God.
Yes.
Now I can watch myself die in person.
Me showing or Danielle showing me the footage. You can actually pinpoint the exact moment where his heart dies.
Fuck. I had a recap in my head once. Some of your songs are gonna be doozies to fucking loop. I assure you.
Hell yeah, boy.
Welcome back to Chronicles of Sailor Dern. Now I know things have been rough lately.
It's
So
been a
much
long
time.
time since we've seen you, narrator.
Life comes at you fast. Everything just goes by in a rush. You don't have time to sit and catch your breath. Well, that's what's tonight for. That's what tonight's for. Blah 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 blah. With a well-deserved rest, our heroes, after fight, finally picking themselves back off their feet and set sailing towards new lands. You don't realize you don't take in the world around you. Nary time to catch up with some old friends or colleagues. Well, that's what tonight is. And every chapter needs its beaver period after all. And who knows what they'll find out tonight about both themselves and their others. Hey, stick around. We got a lot to learn tonight.
Oh boy.
Now, where do we start?
I love this happy intro to what is effectively going to be Drama City.
Alright.
Gosh.
Alright, where did we last left off? Edelweiss and Red, you both come up from the lower decks. It seems a lot of things are... It seems the airship's now finally back into motion. Although, like, kind of looking from the light that's coming in through some of the port side windows, you didn't realize how much time had passed already in the day. In fact, it's already starting to get dark.
No, I forgot that you wanted to bring the thing on the...
I did.
I forgot! Oh my lord.
That's the
Why?
privilege of being captain. You get to do captain things like bringing on a dead giant bug person.
Do we really need that, Edelweiss?
Well, I don't need it, but certainly several of our crewmates could use better armor, and what better armor than the natural protective hide of the Thri-Kreen juggernaut?
Red is just staring at Edelweiss. just... No.
Look, in Arthur Adrigan and the Deserts of Despair, Arthur Adrigan had to kill a giant ant
No.
warrior
No.
himself with his bare hands, naked,
No.
and then used his chitinous hide
No.
to turn
No.
its body
No.
into weapons and armor.
No. No.
He later-
Edelweiss. No.
But Charisse...
Hearing both of you walk down the hallway, initially you see Bonnabelle just kind of like in a tired huff, leaning against the door that seems to be leading towards Navarre's room, and then she kind of just perks up, stands at attention as you're both like rambling down the hallway, kind of picking up on your conversation, and she looks towards the both of you. And goes, and then after he crafted the armor, he went to go fight that, what was it? I know it was a sand monster.
I think it was a dire antlion. I honestly can't remember anymore.
I
that one
swear
was
it
always
was
one of my
more
favorites.
draconic.
Maybe? It's been forever. I don't
I'm
know.
in the middle of two nerds. I'm gonna just... Okay.
Charisse! Hello, Bonnabelle. How's, our dear friend, Mr. Exalted Moon?
Well, me and Navarre have been hard at work trying to, make sure he's alright. We don't really have a proper medical ward set up yet, but, for now, we're just doing the best that we can. He
Good to
should be fine. He's just tuckered out, worn out. I believe Navarre said something about not being used to the adventuring life, so he might be bedridden for a while.
Oh, that's fine. Edelweiss is quietly
Whatever.
thinking, oh, thank goodness. I won't have to deal with him for a little while. Yay.
Oh my gosh. I'm gonna die just slowly.
And all it took was him getting impaled.
If Red could hear what he's saying, she'd be very upset.
Upon hearing the words, like, impaled specifically, you see kind of just, like, a small little, like, shift in Bonnabelle's face. More just more of an internal scream.
Don't mind me, just making a bit of macabre humor. Got used to some weird things in Grey Banner. Seeing people get impaled is oddly one of them.
Are all your fights like this?
No! Shockingly enough, most of them are not like this. We do not usually make a habit of people getting impaled or, mauled by giant bug people, especially the giant bug people. That is very new.
It's mostly just me almost dying all the time.
There was that one time when Charisse was attacked by those robot assassins and dunked under the water, and...
We don't need to talk about that.
Another internal scream look.
Otherwise, like, catching himself, like, right, sorry, you don't need the grisly details.
Fuck me. She kind of just looks between the two of you, almost in like fret position. That's F-R-E-T, not the upper fret. Like she's trying to draw aggro.
Yeah.
Bonnabelle has activated or has used overpower.
I mean, like,
Falcleve.
God damn it.
Bonnabelle with an axe, though.
Good content.
Yeah.
Holy shit. What the fuck was that? Yeah, just another eternal scream look from her. She just kind of looks between the two. Yeah, it's just, oh wow, right. Well, I suppose you are adventurous after all. Of course you're gonna get into danger, Joel. I mean, you both look fine.
Oh yes.
Darts between the both of you again.
With my 12 HP.
Yeah, both of you still kind of wounded from your previous battle, having not gotten a chance to rest at all.
It's fine. This is actually...
Maybe just stay in the airship for a while.
Yeah, I think I'll, otherwise, like, noticing that some of his clothes are still bloody, like, maybe I should, take a breather. Wouldn't be a bad idea.
I'll go get a towel. I'll go get a towel.
Thank
I
you.
will get 5 towels.
I'm going to kick your ass if you say anything about my brother again.
Charisse, I apologize. I have no ill will towards him. I joke because I know he'll pull through.
Red, dexterity saving throw.
I genuinely feel like he's too angry and too stubborn to ever die, actually.
The door you're standing next to slams open in your face. Damn straight. Oh shit. Oh.
Right in my face.
Take 2 damage. Who built this door?
Impressive, Moon. I didn't know you knew how to use a door as an improvised weapon.
Shit, the door. Let me just. He looks. He's about ready to tear the door off its hinges before Navarre just runs after him. Hey, stop that! You get back in bed. Oh.
Exalted Moon, take a nap. You've earned it.
Napping is all I've done for the past hour. I'm restless now.
Edelweiss, like, slow blinks at him, like...
I need more towels.
That poor girl is going to work herself to death, I'm afraid. Charisse, are you okay?
You got red on you.
Red? What?
There's no Charisse on me.
And he points towards his nose.
Ah, fucking hell.
Oh, where'd you learn that one?
What? I don't know. Somewhere. I don't know, probably Grey Banner.
You
I
spend
don't
enough
even know what
time
you're
out
talking
here.
about.
Spend enough time in Grey Banner, you learn all sorts of swears.
My sister, she's growing up.
Ah, son of a...
Isn't this a touching family moment? I'm so glad I could witness it.
We need to have a chat, by the way. About... apparently all the things that Auntie didn't tell you.
About how great I am, yes?
Yes, Auntie doesn't tell you how great you are because she knows it'll go straight to your head. That's exactly what...
For good reason, because it will. But look at me. So powerful. So graceful.
So holy.
Can I just like lightly like jab him in the abdomen?
Yeah, just in the abdomen right there. You just kind of just quick.
And he's down in one fell strike.
Know what? You're a monk now, Miss 1-inch punch, and he just kind of like flicks your forehead in response.
You opened the door in my face and now you're flicking me? Rude.
Rude? It makes you stronger. Look at that. Look, you're still standing.
Look, I'm almost dying like every day.
And what else? Why are you not blind anymore?
I don't know. Like, okay. Okay. Like I mentioned before, like, that day I went missing or wandered away, apparently, what Auntie was telling everybody, I just came back and woke up and could see again.
So you had a near-death experience, like me, and you are stronger because of it. You know what this is, sister?
Fred is just staring at him with this look of just
Our
like
bloodline.
irritated disbelief.
Strike us down and we will come back even stronger. This is why I am immortal and you are not dead.
Why do you suddenly think you're immortal?
Look at me.
I don't know, really, to be honest, this is the first time I've actually seen you in detail. So,
Look at this. I took a giant arrow to the stomach and lived.
is this really a
Navarre
conver-
stares hard at Edelweiss.
this is really a conversation that we're having? Otherwise, tag in.
You know.
You get the feeling Exalted Moon does not even realize he passed out.
You do remember the part where you passed out? You lost consciousness?
No, I lost myself to the thrill of battle, and we won because of it.
No, you lost yourself to blood loss, which caused you to lose consciousness because you were dying.
And here I am with more blood back in my body.
Yes, because your body produces more blood as you intake oxygen, but it does have a point where if you keep losing too much, you're going to die because your body can only produce so much before it...
Yes, my heart is just twice as strong then.
No, you're just extremely lucky that the crossbow, or that the ballista bolt didn't hit anything super serious. And that we have
No.
healers.
I feel the stomach is pretty serious. How else am I supposed to keep up this muscle gain? And he does the Zeus pose again.
Red is just gonna put her hands on Exalted Moon's shoulders and just lightly push him back into Navarre's room.
Hey!
Just go sit down or something.
On what? This dinky bed? Look, it's half my size. My limbs are hanging off it. If I'm
Then
going
fine.
anywhere, he shoves past you. I'm going to my own room.
Fine, I'll follow you and reprimand you for setting a fire in an airship.
It's cold!
Use a blanket.
What?
Blanket?
Then it gets too hot.
Oh my gosh, mood!
I feel that in my bones, but Edelweiss is rolling his eyes into the back of his head like, I'll fucking kill you.
You don't need to babysit me. I'm going.
No, I need to talk to you, son of a bitch! Come here!
More on that development later.
Edelweiss just lets out a sigh of relief, like, thank the gods.
Interesting traveling companions.
Yes. Oh, thank you very much. Edelweiss just starts, like, trying to clean up the blood.
I'll dig up a bunch of band-aids later, I promise.
Thank
And
you.
then Edelweiss's stomach starts to rumble.
Uh...
Because Edelweiss is always hungry.
Constitution saving for a safe face.
You are a bitch. But that's fine.
Yeah, 7-7.
Just as you're thinking about it, maybe it's just like as she's approaching you, you kind of smell the waft of food emanating off her, and it just kind of reminds you
Oh
of
my
like
gosh,
those-
she smells like bread.
it just reminds you of all those previous times you used to steal pies, and it just suddenly hits you in the gut, just the loudest.
Et tu, stomach, et tu.
She kind of just covers her mouth as she just giggles to herself at this moment. Always working, huh?
Trying to. There's always something that needs to be done around here, and it's technically my responsibility. Oh, that's a weird thing to say. I'll get used to it eventually, I'm sure.
Responsibility is one thing, but you do have to sit down for a while and give yourself a break.
But breaks aren't glorious if I
You
don't
put
take
in your shift today. Just relax. Nothing bad's happening right now.
Yes,
you want to
ma'am.
make sure you're up and ready for the next time.
You're right. You're right. Suppose I should go
So-
scrounge something to eat.
Let me
Osric
just,
wants bread.
Did he?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. That
You wanted
reminds me.
bread and soup.
Do you have any bread and soup on hand? Osric was famished as well as myself.
I was working on some, so just give it a while longer. I have the new dwarf helping me out right now.
Oh, fantastic. Glad he's
So,
found the
just-
spot.
Give me a moment, I'll get it ready, and I'll let you do your thing, but I'll be around if you want to talk more. Our furry Nagravan,
I think I might like that. Thank you, Bonnabelle.
Oh, and just take all these. She hands you like a literal armful of towels. Just
Oh.
in case.
Thank you.
Cool, cool. Alright, she like kind of just like backpedals the whole way, but like nearly trips over herself. I'll catch you later.
Walks into the table.
Uh,
We're both getting progressively less awkward. That's great. Good start.
Are you sure that was less?
We had a conversation that didn't
There you
immediately
go.
break down into and blushing.
Oh my god.
Well, guess I'll go check on the giant dead Thrycreen in the meantime. That'll certainly help my appetite. Yes, this is a good decision.
Chauncey.
I
I'm
make
gonna-
good decisions.
I'm gonna bounce over to Red real quick, and then I'll bounce back to you.
Okay.
Okay, sound good?
How dare you? It's all supposed to be about me.
Oh my goodness, I'm
It
so
is the
sorry.
Edelweiss show.
Give me a moment to prep next song and next scene.
It's Chronicles of Edelweiss, a Sailor Dern story.
You're right, I've been saying it wrong this whole time. Nobody corrected me.
Oh, this is a song. Okay.
Give me 1 second.
Damn, Etrian Odyssey, why is your soundtrack so good?
I know,
I
right?
know, right?
Okay, let's see. Edelweiss. That's a phrase. Hide Edelweiss.
Yeah, I was gonna comment on that.
Quick, everyone, hide Edelweiss.
You follow Exalted Moon back to the lower decks where he is just kind of like, he does look very stiff and kind of just limps down the stairs as he's getting down, and he just tells you, he really insists, I tell you, I'm fine, I don't need a babysitter.
Yes, I know. And you just want to hide the fact that you're injured. Look, I may have been
Injured.
blind, but it was always pretty obvious when you were hiding the fact that you were injured, okay?
And what of it, may I ask?
What do you mean?
Yes,
you ever tried?
You want to point out my body? You want to point out a lot of things about me? Look, I am strong. You can count on me being strong, okay? Sister?
Yeah.
Cool. So we don't need to bring this up again.
Yeah, but I still want to know why, I don't know. What Auntie's been telling everybody and why you're suddenly shaman and whatnot. No.
I'm shaman because I have to be, okay? No one else is going to pick up the mantle.
Yeah, because Auntie refuses to train anybody.
Exactly. So I wasn't trained. I decided.
But really, why?
Because of the state our current world is in, sister. All this tabaxi infighting that's been fluctuating happening. That's right, you didn't think I would know the word fluctuate. I do.
My god. Did he put a 9 in intelligence instead of 8?
I have to check that actually. second. Let's see. Whopping. Oh, no, it's an 8.
Aw. It was just stroke of luck.
Yeah, very, yeah, very, very stroke of luck. Hunter refuses to teach everyone because, just wait for Red to come back. Talk to Red as soon as possible, then send her out again. On these mind games with Auntie, I'm just sick of it. Mother and father refused to act, so I decided for myself.
Hmm. Let's, go into your room, okay?
Yeah, you stare over at Osric and he's just sitting there listening to another awkward conversation.
Yeah. I feel so bad.
No, don't mind me. Just carry on. It's fine. It's fine.
Oh, like he matters, he moves like a statue. Look at this. Watch this. Watch this. Hey,
Don't harass him.
hey. He pulls very tightly on Osric's little cloak, and he just doesn't budge. You see, like a statue. He's probably sleeping there.
I have been informed that he is an elf and he doesn't sleep.
The fuck is an elf? Never mind.
Sorry about my brother.
You get no response from Osric. He has to be directly outside the door, too.
Well, at least it's, close the door.
Just shut the door behind you as
Yeah.
you still just take in his room. He said he wanted to
Sorry.
sleep, but again, the mattress is just destroyed. Oh, don't die, don't die.
Okay, I think I'm good.
Alright.
Why in the world did you destroy your room?
Didn't like the architecture.
So you destroyed it?
I was practicing in here.
Oh. Okay.
When I see food, I'm hungry, I eat. And it's
Yeah.
not like you have any other training grounds besides topside, but sometimes I feel a little bit uncomfortable everyone watching me. I mean, I know I'm great and all, but
So,
oh, check this out. He picks up the helmet off the floor.
what?
It's got horns on it.
Yeah.
You could look, he puts it on. You could gauze someone with this.
Yeah, but it doesn't really work for us because of our ears.
No shit. Drops it. Then I bring it home as a trophy for one of the kids, okay?
I'm sure the kids will like it, yeah. Though they'll probably end up hurting someone. Though they'll probably be confused and think it's one of the bulls.
What the
With
back
the
say? We hurt each other all the time.
Yeah, that's true.
Kind of just strains to sit back down. Ah! Comfy.
Comfy, really?
Yeah, comfy. What's this about? You follow me around everywhere, and I know it's family bonding time, etc., etc., but I'm not curious about Auntie.
Well, one, it's just kind of nice to be able to actually, see you for the first time.
Yeah, that's true.
Auntie had me leave pretty quickly, so I didn't really get a chance to see everybody. So realistically, I don't even know what Mom and Dad look like.
Shit, that's right.
Didn't get to see anyone from the tribe either. Basically just Auntie, and that was it.
You tell me what. We dock and make sure you get a good return celebration. You deserve time with the family. I'm sure Mom and Dad will be very happy to find their little girl is able to see again. And that their son is alive, but that's besides the point. They'll be happier to see you than to see me.
Did you leave without telling anyone either?
It's less that I left without telling anyone, it's more. I left it despite wishes.
Oh,
Yeah.
that makes lots more sense. Because I was really confused on why you were in town.
I know Auntie sent for you. She tried to keep it on down low, but, I got wind.
I don't even really know why she wanted me back. Anyway, the reason why she had me leave is that tile thing that I told you about that you apparently can't see.
Your little imaginary friend or whatever.
Yes, my little imaginary friend. Auntie thinks it has something to do with the Titan.
Of course.
Yeah.
I don't know. A lot of my mind is fuzzled. I mean, tradition is tradition, I know, and it's something we should be like, keeping to heart, but if I admit if I am to be admitting my doubts, then I feel like I'm letting Golden Fields win.
Yeah. To be honest, I feel the same. But, here's the thing, though. Turns out the Titan is real.
And you are sure of this?
Pretty
Or
sure.
you're just trying to figure out what to tell Auntie so she lets you stay home this time?
Well, I didn't really plan on staying home. I'd like to stay home, but, there are a lot of things that I need to find out. So staying home isn't really an option.
I think I'm
Sadly.
starting to see why Auntie liked you the most, to be honest. I think you were as passionate as she was. Even if you don't realize or always show it. I think the fact that you already come up with all this information and theory, I guess she trusts you for a reason.
You make me sound so great. Don't think I am.
Don't sell yourself short. Look at this. You're already strong and grown up. You're already confident in information. I did not see any doubt in your face or voice when you told me this. No, oh, I think I found information, or oh, I have a lead. No, you say you have information.
The problem is that I can't really tell anyone about it.
Of course not.
Uh,
The problem is, with how the Tabaxi lands currently are, things are kind of against us.
brother,
Yes?
there may be, more than one Titan. And our Titan may, not be a thing. So.
Pardon the fuck?
Yeah, exactly. That's why I can't really tell me.
Oh, so what? We chasing one but doesn't exist, but then there's more out there?
Yeah. We are really fucked.
I hate this tradition.
Yeah.
So no matter what, we lose.
Sort of.
Oh.
So I've been told that this is going to sound completely insane. I know it sounds really crazy, but
Yes.
I've been told that I can help bring. Was it our Titan back from the dead, or was it just or was it bird? That I can't remember exactly what the staff told me. What they would do for the Titan.
It was less a birth, death, resurrection thing, sorta, and more how to say. Thinking back on it,
Yeah, I'm trying to remember.
it was less that and more. Where he failed, you will succeed.
Oh, what the fuck?
Mm.
Oh, okay. Oh boy. Oh boy, man.
Huh, that's hitting weird with some of the lore bombs you dropped on me, Scott. I'm just,
Oh no, Drew, no, don't say that to me. But yeah, so things are weird.
Sure as it seems like it. Well, you better come up with a good answer before you say auntie.
I've been trying for the past 4 or 5 days, and
And
oh,
if
no,
you
it's been-
go for the truth, you
Oh,
need
I
to
don't
figure
wanna
out what you're gonna do after.
well, I don't know. I don't want to tell her the truth. That would not be good.
The choice is yours. You seem to have a truth in this. Do you like to protect your people? Or do you open their eyes with how chaotic it might be?
But everything's in chaos already. My duty is, well, if my duty was to just make sure that the tribe stays whole. I'd literally be doing everything I wasn't supposed to be doing as a chief if I do that.
good thing you're not a chief then.
Look.
Sister, it's one thing or the other. You tell them he's not here, they lose faith, and suddenly Golden Field sounds more appealing. You tell them the truth, they try to wrap their heads around it, and they decide whether they want to believe it or not. And if you lie, then we will never truly know, but we'll stay whole. Whatever you choose, you can count on me to vouch for you. I promise you this.
That's some really insightful, like... That's some insightful shit from the fucking barbarian. Damn.
Something, that's what the shamans are supposed to be for.
Just like, whoa.
Don't look at me like I said something profound.
But you did.
But you did.
You're looking like a shaman, like, more than I look at you, and it's scary.
Self-trained, so I guess I must be doing something right.
Why do you have a hype group? Why are they a hype group?
Repeat that?
Why do you have a hype group?
I don't know, they just showed up one day. Okay, so listen. Literally, I try to attune myself to nature, right? You know, I go for myself to train. You know, I go out into the savannah lands with an axe, and then just like, I'm just gonna train for a while.
Mm-hmm.
I tune myself to nature. Everything's quiet, you know. I chop a tree clean, and that's when I hear off in the distance, yo! And I look over, there's nothing there. So I'm just like shouting out to them. It's like, who's there? Sure, I cleave another tree, you know, establish sharpness. And I see them off in the distance. Yo, that was sick, yo. And I'm like, oh, okay, they like the show. So it's like one after another. I'm like a one-man lumberjack, right? And they love me. So I train with them.
That sounds really wholesome. I'm not gonna lie.
It's less I found them, and they found me.
Exalted
Really?
Moon, what the fuck?
We've been pretty close ever since. Yeah, they're kind of dead, but, well, I'm giving them the life they wish they had.
Oh my god, he actually might be a good shaman. What the fuck?
Yeah.
I don't know, I always thought it was gonna be like, oh, he's a shaman in quotation marks. And everyone like kind of like rolls their eyes and makes a jerk off motion every time they say it, like, he's a shaman, It's like, no, he's actually good at this? And I'm like, oh, that's weird.
The thing is, he's literally like just like the complete opposite of what a shaman is supposed to like look and feel like. So it's like he's good at what he does, but because he's self-trained, everyone just looks at him and it's like, what the fuck are you doing?
He's like a new age shaman.
Yeah. Pretty
I
much.
hate that Graham just said that naturally. Damn it, Scott! Quit being good at your job.
I'm sorry.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, Scott, stop being a good DM.
Ew. I'm sorry.
Why don't you run your campaign into the ground like a regular
Okay.
DM?
Sorry, my bad. And then Exalted Moon flipped off red and jumped out the window. Like, there he goes. Woo, 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 woo. No.
And then Bonnabelle says a swear word.
No.
Suddenly her just boobs get like really big.
No.
I do drugs now.
Oh my gosh.
Sound of Bonnabelle doing a line off Edelweiss's back.
Shut up.
Oh my god.
Where the fuck were we?
Does Exalted Moon have any like obvious
Obvious what?
scars?
Aside from the new one on his stomach, you notice kind of a few on his arms.
First time Red's been seeing these. She's probably gonna like lightly grab his arm and go ahead and just look at them.
Yes, you're admiring. I'm still sore, you know.
Well, I've never, seen them before. How
Yes.
old are they?
You know, you get into a lot of trouble when you leave the Savannah lands.
Well, yeah, you used to come back beat up, but didn't realize it left scars.
Bruises and cuts are one thing, the heat of battle is another.
How old are they?
Few weeks, maybe a few months.
I've been gone for 3 months.
Yeah.
And things have really gone to shit since I left.
Ding. You're finally understanding.
Oh, this is probably bad, but I know you sometimes like to rummage through my things. If you see a black staff, please don't touch it.
You will never, ever catch me touching Mojo, sister. Do not worry.
Morgel? Is that what he said?
Mojo,
Oh,
magic.
Mojo. Yeah.
You forget your tongue already.
No, I'm just letting you know. It's really bad juju. Don't touch it.
You do not worry. Not interested in dinky stuff like that.
Red's gonna look at him really skeptically. Is he telling the truth?
Insight check.
Wow, thanks. Thanks, Dice.
Nice.
You kind of catch a hint of like curiosity in his eyes, just kind of a gleam, but you can't tell if that's just his smugness or not.
Do you want to know what it is?
No, don't care, because I know you're gonna talk for the next 5 hours about it.
It's the magic thing that told me that the Titan was real.
Here we go.
Ooh. Oh, you don't want to hear? Okay, I can just get up and leave.
Go leave.
Okay, fine, I'll leave.
Keep your Titan secrets to yourself, unless someone overhears you.
Nah. Don't worry, I'm sure you know Osric probably heard everything.
You trust him?
I do.
Noted.
Hold on, Does someone have a coin?
I could find one. Had a coin. Let's see here.
Oh, I have one.
Okay.
Okay. So, heads and tails.
We'll be going back to Edelweiss here in a moment.
Oh
Since you're
boy.
finishing up here. Sorry, Smirk.
Oh
No,
my
no, you're
gosh,
good.
I'm fucked. Okay.
Ah,
No. The RNG has fucked me.
fucking 50-50.
Yeah.
RNG has fucked you.
Red would say, how would she say it? I've known him for, a really long time, so, I mean, he knows you too, so.
True.
No.
I speak mostly as a man who hasn't seen each other for. I speak mostly for the man who we haven't seen in years. But I know you are always, well, curious about it.
Surprised you haven't given me shit. I'm surprised you even remembered that that's who it is.
You still have feelings for him?
And if I do?
Well, then here's your last chance to do something about it.
I can't. He's taken.
Like that'll stop you.
Excuse me?
What?
He's dating Edelweiss.
Ew.
To be fair, I do want to specify, they went on one date. They have been on precisely an date.
Yeah, and they've been flirting with each other non-stop until they got onto the airship.
Smirk trying really hard to exit the Ozark route and go for the Bonnabelle route.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up, I don't...
It's true.
Shut the
Fuck,
fuck
fuck,
up,
fuck,
shut
fuck.
the fuck up, all of you, I swear to fuck. You don't know me. You don't know me.
Okay.
Whoa,
whatever.
I do.
Well, do or die, sister. Do or die.
Guess I'll die.
Climb that motherfucker like a tree.
We're almost the same height.
That's the sister I remember.
Ah, ha, 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 ha.
Servant to the Vermilion Star, Tabaxi Millennial.
Ah,
You only YOLO one sister.
ah,
I'm going back to Edelweiss if that's okay.
Yeah.
Motherfucking Edelweiss. Currently you have two different people and one cheerleader trying to take apart this giant fried green carcass that you've loaded on board. Chauncey obviously being the cheerleader in this situation.
Oh, I
Yes.
thought it was Nimbus.
Nope. No, she's guts in already.
I
Yeah.
guess I shouldn't be surprised, but I'm just like, oh wow, she is really in there.
Yeah. Arm
Nimbus
deep.
doesn't care.
And Inigo's just trying to find whatever loose carapace he can peel off. You can tell he's slowly uncomfortable.
How goes the dissection, everyone?
Well, ain't you a sight for sore eyes? Chauncey brings up to you.
Oh, Chauncey, how have you been?
Ah, well, trying to get adjusted, trying to talk to you for boxes and barrels, but they just aren't good conversationalists.
Yeah, it's really hard to get them to open up, what can I say?
Ah, yeah, crowbar to pry into one of those things. Yeah.
Ah. Edelweiss just staring at that giant Thrycreen, just like, I had to fight this. Looking at it makes my wounds hurt.
Nimbus still like arm deep, just like looking over at Edelweiss, going, "You did a good job for all things considered."
Thank
And
you.
rip.
Ooh.
Her arm is covered in just like ooze, and she's a big chunk of like intestine in her hand.
I almost feel bad.
And
Oh,
then she tosses it into a pile.
Yeah.
oh, don't feel bad. He's dead. Can't feel anything. And
No, it's not that. I used to know a fry cream merchant back in the island.
you knew Thrycreen? I don't know anything about them, honestly, and I've been
It was
curious.
It was just the one. He was independent.
Hmm.
And he always spoke like, "Ch-ch-ch, Nimbus, ch-ch-ch, what do you buy today? Ch-ch-ch-ch-ch."
I love him already.
Same.
I would trade him soap for souvenirs.
Huh. Why soap?
Export goods.
Oh, that makes sense.
Glycerin, it's hard to come by.
Suddenly I'm just like, so that's how Wayward institutes his, soap rogue. Through the Thrycreen. Clever bastard.
I'm so massive. I'm so glad you remembered.
I will never forget that. That will haunt me for the rest of my life.
God. Inigo kind of takes a few steps up towards you and just goes, Mr. Edelweiss? Hey, buddy. I'm sorry about earlier.
Oh, you're fine. Don't worry about it. It was a tense situation.
Yeah, it was more just like, me and Tomold were talking about it. Because, I did notice it. And then, I didn't think it would go that far, but, I did kind of want to... ultimately, I did want to back them up there, so...
No harm, no foul. I don't begrudge anyone for having complaints about it. It should have been handled better.
I appreciate it. And, I'm sure you have the best intentions in mind, but... Yeah, it's just... He takes a deep breath to himself.
It's super sketch, bro. And I'm not down for it.
I respect you enough to want to voice my opinion, but at the same time, it's like I don't want to incur your wrath. But
Never
I'd be
feel
lying
bad.
if I said I wasn't uncomfortable about it. But at the same time, I'm talking a mile a minute, and you probably don't care too much.
I value the opinion of everyone on my ship. Even and he gestures towards the dead Thrycreen. Even his. He's just not voicing it. That was a joke, sorry.
It is at this point, Chauncey has already crawled inside the mouth of a dead Thrycreen, and you see it kind of just motion open and closed. The food here is awful. What's the deal with everyone?
Don't you dare! Bonnibel's food is amazing!
Edelweiss gives it a very playful tap with his foot, how dare you? Bonnibel is one of the finest bakers the Underdark has ever produced.
Oh, sorry, Mr. Edelweiss, sir. I'll never let it happen again. Chauncey crawls back out. You fucking killed him, bro.
Let all who serve me know that this is the price for disobedience and dissension. The iron fist of Edelweiss knows no equal.
Chauncey laughs, and then Inigo laughs beside him, but there's a bit of nervous laughter in his voice. Just oh boy.
I kid, Inigo. Never ever be afraid to voice your opinions on this ship.
Nimbus just kind of jabs you across the shoulder, you seem to have been talking about her a lot.
Oh, it's an old friend from home. It's weird.
I think you already have a favorite.
I do not make favorites on my ship. I love all my crewmates equally. It's just weird having her here. I haven't seen anyone from home in a good while.
It's okay to be honest. I don't think anyone would fault you for it.
Also, ship's cook. It's like, oh look, you're the person that keeps everyone hungry or keeps everyone well fed and happy. You make my job 50% easier. Thank you.
And I'm constantly starving, and my stomach is grumbling again.
Well, I'm sure she wouldn't mind hearing you voice your appreciation every once in a while.
You're probably right. Thank you, Nimbus.
If it makes you feel better, she's been talking about you too.
She does seem enamored with me. Edelweiss is like staring at the floor like, oh, fuck me.
It's a kind of situation of seeing both a childhood friend and a role model at the same time.
Yes, I suppose it would have that effect. Honestly, I never really thought that it would be like that. I was always the weird drow boy that spied on everyone. I never thought I'd be a role model to anyone, least of all my former neighbors.
An old friend once called this something... a glow-up?
Ooh.
Huh, I like the term. I'll have to remember that.
I hear it's a more human civilization term.
Sounds human.
She was always enamored by them. You grew up in an island elf society. You don't really see many how do I say? Outside people.
I suppose
Foreigners?
you wouldn't.
Foreigners sounds so bad, Val.
It has a little bit of a connotation, but
Just a little bit.
outsiders?
Outsiders?
What would be a good term that doesn't sound weird?
Different people.
Different people.
Different people. I'm not 100% on that one.
Tourists?
Tourist!
This is the conversation I needed.
Yeah.
Oh, anyways, either way. You know, if you want my opinion, my advice on the whole situation on that, well, as long as I'm hearing both sides of it anyways, I don't mind to vouch for you.
I appreciate it.
She gives you like a very forced wink and then like finger guns.
Never change, Nimbus. Never ever change.
Nimbus has offered to be your wingman.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Oh my goodness. The wingman Edelweiss doesn't deserve, but probably desperately needs.
You know, speaking of cooks and chefs, Chauncey brings back up again. You know, you might do some good to, officially formalize who's doing what role around the ship. You know, as long as we don't mind you. As much as we don't mind just bumming about, doing whatever job we need to.
You're right. It's something that's gotten put off a bit. What with the adventure the other day and certain other things.
Yeah,
It's
well,
some
better late than never.
Exactly. Still deciding on my first mate, although I'm pretty sure I know who it'll be. Since the other choice won't accept it.
You look over at Inigo, who immediately has like a confident look in his face.
Oh, he would make a good first mate.
Oh, he doesn't have a backbone for it.
Yeah, that's why he makes a great first mate.
Wow.
He'll never betray me.
Thrown under the bus. He'll never mutiny. He doesn't have the guts.
He literally lacks the spine to mutiny. Look at him. He was too scared to voice a complaint, a reasonable complaint.
Well, the whole thing is that the first mate is supposed to, keep the crew's morale up.
We have Bonnabelle for that.
But
Gosh.
You know it's true. She's
Bonnabelle's great, but I treat all my crew members equally.
Okay.
Inigo is the biggest, sub ever. He cannot encourage and discipline the other people. Just imagine Inigo trying to tell, William to do something, and William just laughing.
Okay. But just think of it this way. Sure, the first mate isn't a stern, hard man, but he's a clever, cunning individual. I don't need him to rule with an iron fist. That's what I'm here for.
Does Inigo have persuasion?
He's a bard. Of course he fucking does.
Yeah.
He's a bard. He has, like, every skill.
Oh my gosh.
Like, legitimately, if you play bard, you will have almost every single skill in the game. I think you'll have, like, 4 that you don't have specialization in, and you still get to add half your fucking proficiency to those.
Harmony.
The Renaissance man.
He is literally like the skill monkey that the crew needs. It's either that or Osric, but
I still think Navarre would be a really good first mate.
oh right, I forgot about Navarre. I keep forgetting about him. He kind of blends in. Okay, I don't know.
Is it because he's a rat?
No, it's because it's all earth tones here.
Yeah, and
That's
he's
fair.
black.
I'm sorry, just the way you said that. It's like, yeah, and he's black.
Yeah.
Earth tones and black. Yeah. Anyway.
So yeah, it's like I really like Navarre or or Osric or Inigo for it. Inigo I feel is like the weird choice because it's like he's not exactly like the authoritative first mate that you might want, but I feel like he's got potential. Osric, I have mixed feelings about because I think he could do it really well, but I also wonder if that would. I don't know. I feel like it's really like in my head, it's like probably Navarre or Inigo.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't like a combative person being first mate for the most part because it's like the whole point is that they're supposed to take care of the ship while you're not on it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like Inigo would be okay because again he's a bard. So okay, why are we having this conversation?
Because it came up. I mean, realistically, what I'm thinking is it's like groom like Inigo to be like Edelweiss 2.
Oh, jeez.
In that sense of like, you know, I'm going to help nurture your talents and your skills and abilities and like put you in charge of like away missions.
Now put this pomade in your hair.
Oh my gosh.
Make
Are you
sure
gonna
to
give Inigo the man bun that you won't take?
Maybe.
No! Do not curse the boy with that.
Give him a top knot.
No!
There. It's the hip dragonborn fashion.
I think I hate this.
You'll learn to love it.
Where the fuck is this conversation going?
Chauncey was talking about finalizing roles, and then
Yeah.
Edelweiss was talking about it. Realistically, I need to think of a first mate. I need to have someone, and Edelweiss like kind of looks at Inigo when he says this. I also need someone who can lead away missions, since we have enough here that we could easily send out scavenging teams, and
Ooh.
be useful to have someone with some charisma, some leadership capabilities. Have to think about it.
Well, whomever you consider, I won't let you down.
Oh my gosh. Inigo is just the cutest little suck up.
He is.
Although, when I think about it, if you're gonna be talking to everyone anyways, it probably wouldn't hurt to check in with Tomald. At least one of you.
Oh, right, yes, I need to do that at some point. I'll go check in with him next then. And then I can pick up the soup and bread for Osric.
At this point, Red, you return back to the airship floor with everyone else.
And then I didn't have plans. Probably gonna go gamble with the boys.
Oh.
Nice.
Well, I swear you had like one plan that I'm gonna remind you about right now.
Did I?
Yeah, 1 second. Where's
Yeah.
Got tab.
Big brain cannot think good. I have big brain. I can think real good, yes. Oh, was
There
it
we
the... Yeah. Yeah. I'll go do that. Yeah. go do that. Yeah, boy.
I want to do that. Yeah, boy.
Yeah, I'm gonna go do that, boy. After Red stares at the mess
Yeah.
Nimbus and everyone else have left.
The smell is almost potent, but you just see like Nimbus wave at you with like a half stained arm.
Nimbus, did you rip that thing apart?
She does the forced wink and the finger guns again.
Yeah, okay. Alright. Yeah, okay. Alright. Yeah, wow, that thing is a mess.
Edelweiss like
Edelweiss,
thinking to
why
himself
do
I wonder if Nimbus has medical training.
Where's the stairs? How do I go up?
Bottom row stairs. Like, let's see here.
I'm going on this
And
plane. It's
here,
gonna go
yeah.
away now. So,
And Red's immediately out.
yeah, bye.
Bye.
Peace.
So it's all the way on top is for Timus? Yes?
No, that room right next to you.
Oh, Tom. Blah, 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 blah. I'm just gonna somehow know where he is, because that seems silly to do that.
Alright. I will ask Smirk out of politeness. Smirk, was there anything else you wanted to take care of real quick, or shall I bounce over to Danny real quick?
The only thing I was going to do is talk to Tomold, and make sure he was doing okay, but otherwise, I'm good.
Alright, I'll let you and Danny decide if you want to do that as a duo or separately. Because you're both gonna have two different, like, mentalities here.
Danielle, do you want to do it at the same time?
It doesn't bother me any.
Okay, then we're gonna do it together.
Alright. I only asked just because, like, of her thing. I wasn't sure if she wanted to, like, have that conversation in private with him.
I can make an excuse.
Nah, okay.
What are you doing here? Why are you following me?
I was going to go see Tomold.
Why are you going to go see Tomold?
I wanted to talk to him about the altercation from earlier. Wanted to make sure he was feeling okay.
Oh.
Assuage his fears and worries and, you know, convince him that keeping Atlas on the ship isn't the terrible idea that he considers it to be, which he's not entirely wrong, but...
Are you okay? You sound like you have a cold.
Fuck you.
God damn it. It's the cold desert nights.
Yeah.
Make
I'm
a
gonna
joke
knock on
about
the
my
door.
voice again and I'll make you my first mate.
I won't do the work. You can't make me.
I'm
Just kinda-
captain, I can make you do anything.
Knock on the door and you hear a response back. You can come in. I don't keep it locked for a reason.
Then I'll just open the door and let Edelweiss go in first.
You see
Tomold.
Kung just like tending to some flasks. Tomold's not even looking towards him, he's just reading off a book. Okay, no admit leaves. You watch Kung pick up a few leaves and about to drop them in. That's Basil.
That is impressive. You're not even looking at him.
I don't have eyes.
I guess you don't.
He looks towards the both of you. And how can I help you?
Edelweiss like gestures to Red, like, you first.
I thought you were here to apologize.
Well, yes, but I was like, oh, now I'm suddenly feeling weird about it, so I was like, I'll let you go first, and then I can recoup my nerve.
Okay. Do you happen to have sleeping potions?
Kung, can you just scramble for a bit? And then
Love you, Kong. Bye-bye.
he kind of just motions for one of you to close the door.
Edelweiss will do it.
So okay, like you mean like poison or because you
No,
know
just-
like sleeping stuff's kind of usually poison.
No. Not like poison. Just, to
I mean,
help you go
we're
to
in
sleep.
safe hands here. You just want a sleep aid.
Yeah.
What, like an hour, 8 hours, a day? You want to be put into a coma?
couple hours.
Um,
Couple hours.
I can see what I can make, but I'm gonna have to dilute the formula. But let me see here. He kind of flips for a few books. Don't touch anything, Drow Man.
I would never.
His hands are like half out. It's like, I would never, as he pulls it back in.
Can you at least add the mint leaves while you're at it?
Certainly.
Thank you.
Edelweiss just gingerly adds a couple of mint leaves to the concoction.
Nature check.
Oh, fuck.
Are you sure that it's mint leaves? Decent.
You think that's mint? It smells like mint. Close enough. Bloop. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Alright, alright, let's see. Flip. Okay, like how deep of a sleep do you want? You want like a full night's rest? You want like like a lucid dream, or any deets?
Lucid dream would be great, but I'll take anything if it's, can be done quicker.
Let me see here. Well, I can work with the materials I have. What if you want just like a night's sleep? I can work with what I have here. It'll take a day. Might come out of my personal costs, but I suppose I do owe you technically for letting me on the airship. So first one's free. If you want something more potent, I'm gonna need your help for it.
I don't think I need anything that strong.
What I'm saying is I can let you there's one real good deep sleep formula I've been wanting to try, but it calls for Grey Root.
Great root.
Savannah born, you should know it. Think back, medicine check.
Oh, okay.
I'm really glad that was in character, just medicine check.
Okay.
I'm blind. I don't know.
I used to be
Okay, maybe you didn't
blind.
work a lot with medicine. Okay, so like Grey Root's kind of a rare substance in the Savannah lands. It's usually used for, kind of a, how to say, more, I suppose it is more of a more old formula. Maybe your tribe doesn't practice it as much. And maybe some of the tribes do still. But it's kind of meant to open your mind, your expansive. They describe it as opening like the inner mind, and it's generally to help you relax. And then, some of the old Tabaxi shamans would talk about how do I say? They would claim to see the universe in their dreams, but really they were just taking a big old nap. I'll be real. No
That
offense to
sounds
your people.
cool.
But whatever you do, do not get Blackroot. They look similar.
Okay. Well, then I'm gonna have to go find that. But it's rare. How am I gonna find that?
You tell me, you live here. If you come across it, I can make you something good. And that's the point.
Kong, come help me find Deep Root! Is it Deep Root? It's Deep
Grey
Root, right?
Root?
Grey Root?
Grey Root, Grey
Oh,
Root.
Grey. Kong, help me find
And
Grey
Kong's
Root!
gone.
No!
Look, let me play it back to you. I'm gonna play a voice that haunts you, okay?
Okay.
Kind of just motions his head a little bit, and you hear a familiar voice come out of his come out from the inner of his armor. Let me explain it to you like my friend once told me.
Oh no.
Grey Root's like a first kiss, a
Oh,
soft,
goddamn.
pleasurable experience that leaves you warm and fuzzy for the day. Blackroot, that's like angry makeup sex with a halfling. Buttery, jostling experience, waves between ecstasy and being eaten alive. And I'll vote, click. Yeah, okay, I'm not getting any further into that conversation. You get the idea.
Edelweiss has gone a shade paler.
So what do they look like? What does the Grey Root look like?
Okay, so think like how do I say? Think like just this gnarled root. Usually grows in clumps. Just kind of just barely sticks out of the ground. Now most animals will try to eat it, so that's why you don't see it on the surface a lot. But you kind of just dig down towards it.
Okay.
It's gonna be a thick root, and it's kind of a, how to say? It's dry and crackled on the outside, but once you open it up, there's that sweet, sweet liquid inside of it. Kind of like a cactus, but more not appealing and less able to defend itself.
So like a potato.
No, I suppose so.
Okay. I'll have to ask my brother to help.
Now,
See?
if you get me Blackroot, I cannot help you. Because once you drink that potion, next thing you know, his torso is gonna open up like breakfast.
Huh?
What?
What does Blackroot do?
Major hallucinations. Enough to nearly give you a heart attack and kill you.
Oh shit!
I cannot stress this enough.
What
However, if you do give me Blackroot, it gives me a chance to work on an antidote.
So we just get both, and we try not to mix them up.
do they
Suit
look the
yourself.
same? Is there a problem with that?
They look too similar, that's the problem. One
Ah,
puts you in a deep, relaxing sleep. The other one makes you see your inner nightmares.
Great,
Hmm.
great. Okay.
Edelweiss just thinking, maybe this is how I get a drug addiction.
Cool. All right.
Do it as a trial of oil Kalavas by facing my nightmares with drugs.
Well, time to go talk to Kung. Well, time to go get Bonnabelle so I can talk to Kung.
Well, regardless, I'll still work on something minor for you.
Okay, thank you. I really appreciate it.
Remember, first one's free.
Yeah, I'll be able to pay you. It's fine. Time to
And
go
you?
find.
Oh yes, I wanted to apologize for not being upfront about everything with Atlas. It was thoughtless of me to have him on the ship and not inform you immediately of what was happening, and I apologize.
Well, I guess it's my bad for tying him to a tree trunk while you were away. So, but I still have my own opinions on that.
That's fair. I
I've been
wanted.
thinking about it.
Mhm.
No, you go on. You go on.
I wanted to inform you that there are certain precautions in place that will keep him in check. The simple.
Yeah.
the
Like
s- There, you may have noticed it. Your compatriot, Emmanuel, has already seen it. There's a magical rune etched over his and Charisse's heart. Should one die, the other will immediately terminate.
So you think I want to see her die?
No, I don't. It's not meant to. It's not meant to kill her willy-nilly, but the simple fact is that all he has wanted was to prevent her from doing an awful thing. Should she do that awful thing, he needs not harm anyone else to stop her, and should he do anything, the magic can be, well, the rune can be activated both ways. This was not exactly my first plan, but it's what Charisse and Atlas agreed to. It's not exactly the greatest peacekeeping measure, but I wanted to assure you that he has absolutely no means of bringing harm to anyone on this ship without facing immediate and fatal repercussions.
Give me deception just for that both ways thing.
Okay, that's fair.
He does kind of look at you in a certain way. As if he's kind of just weighing it in his head, and it's like, sounds legit, but
Can I
Can I
help
really-
with it?
in what way? Because you've already left the room at this point.
I was actually going to come back and ask a question, so I was going to open the door and how much of the conversation would she have heard opening the door? Probably just a tail end of it, right?
I'll allow it this time. So what I'll say is, like, you kind of just look out into the dining room, see that Kung's.
What was that?
Sorry, that was my phone.
I have so many questions.
You walk out to the dining room, there's distant yelling, you don't know where it came from. So you kind of just
I am
look at me like-
righteousness.
Like, all right, yeah, Kong's not here, and you kind of just catch the tail end of that conversation. So Tom Mold's just kind of weighing it in his head, where it seems more in favor of trusting in Edelweiss than not trusting him, but he still kind of has his own feelings on it.
What are you telling him?
I was
Oh, you can back best.
I was informing him about the nature of the magical rune etched over your heart and the heart of Atlas. The one that will... Well, the one that proves fatal.
Why are you running around telling people that?
I wasn't running around telling people that. I was running around telling Tomald and Emmanuel that because they have been personally harmed by his actions and have the greatest reason to be uncomfortable with his presence on board this ship. And I wanted them to know that they had nothing to fear, that should Atlas act up, there are precautions in place.
Yeah, and I'm...
Besides, he says from Emmanuel specifically, so I can just talk about it to him later. And if bullshit's coming out of his mouth, well, I'll have my own saying on that.
Anyway, how long will it take for the potion to be made?
Like a day, tops.
With the
Assuming there's
root?
no complications.
So if I find the root, it would take about a day.
If you find me the root, maybe day or two, if I need to
Okay.
experiment around. But generally, it's gonna be made quick. At worst, a week, but I still need to play around with it. Again, it's a formula I've never tried. With the root, your average sleep aid, I can just make no big deal. In fact, I could probably get it to you by tonight.
Sweet. Great. Otherwise. She's gonna do that fingers to the eye looking at him thing.
He just like
And then
gives her
walk
like
out.
a what?
She sure is cheeky.
She's not exactly happy with me telling people about that, apparently.
If not you, Emmanuel probably would have told me, to be honest.
Yes, he's the one who... Well, to be honest, he's the one who brought it up to us, that he could even see it. I didn't realize anyone could perceive that sort of thing.
Yeah, every day I'm kind of more curious as to what you put inside him specifically, but he's still alive, so...
Well, as I understand it, what I placed in him was, the very same ore that is taken from the glass.
And that would explain his sudden obsession.
Sudden obsession?
He's been wanting to venture onto the world ever since that day. Like I said, he's been more active, he's been more excited. I mean, it's kind of nice to look at, because he used to be so timid before, but now he's just kind of, a go-getter.
Emmanuel. He's timid.
Oh my god.
You lost your speaking rights.
Aww. Okay.
Wow, it's Danielle losing those for once. Weird. Normally it's
So,
me.
I mean, if it were up to me, I'd still be squatting in Greyband or trying to live a decent life, but, kid wants to go explore, I'm gonna go explore with him. Make sure he doesn't get himself killed. Again.
That's noble of you. I should take a chance to talk to him, see how he's been feeling. I haven't really been able to check in on that. I admittedly never really... The whole situation was such a nightmare. I didn't think about what I was doing to him beyond saving him.
That's the thing. Some days it's more like he's able to keep himself going. Other days he just needs a lot more energy than what he's used to.
I hope there's no negative repercussions from that thing.
Well, if there are, we're gonna find out about him, and I'm gonna be coming to you for it.
Yeah,
It
that's
was a
fair.
heart transplant. What do you expect?
That's fair.
And all things considered, well, when you decide to tackle with Red Boy, let me know, cause I got my own how do I say? I don't want to say demands because it sounds too forceful and mean, but I got my own solution to that.
Well, fret not. If anything should happen, and the magic not work the way I understand it works, you'll be one of the first people I come to for hunting him down and removing him from this life.
Let's see, here's the thing. Yes, it's one thing to keep him holed up in his room. It's the other thing where I still don't feel safe with that.
That's fair.
So I'm gonna tell it to you straight. I want that guy to turn in all of his weapons and everything he has, anything lethal that he might have, and I'm gonna trust you to do it.
Okay.
And bring everything here.
Not a bad idea. Would actually be quite useful to have an expert look over his tools and see what interesting things he's worked up.
Plus, I can keep him locked up. I ain't no fighter, and you know that.
Mm-hmm. And you don't technically sleep, so there's no chance of anyone stealing it out from under you. And you can't be
Exactly.
poisoned.
So I get a lockbox, and I feel safer knowing he's not screwing around in the ship.
Just put it all on Chauncey.
Oh, yes, we could use Chauncey. I don't know how
No
you feel.
dice. I want him with me.
Okay, that's fine.
Oh,
Other-
Chauncey's going to annoy the shit out of him.
Very well, that's perfectly reasonable. I imagine he'll
Alright.
be a bit difficult about it, but it won't take too much, and he is currently restrained.
Then you get back to me on that. And again, I want everything.
Of course, I have no intention of leaving him with anything on him.
Alright. Appreciate that, buddy. He kind of just claps you on the back, and it just, oof, ouch, metal. Tunk,
Ow.
tunk, tunk.
He's wearing armor, it's fine.
Yeah.
I'm wounded. And soft.
Oh no, Mr. Paladin has taken too much damage as I stand here with 10 HP and a bloody nose.
You're a warlock. You're used to bleeding out for your masters.
Yeah, you're made of metal now, too. You'll walk it off.
I suppose so. Thank you, Tomald. And Edelweiss is gonna go out and close the door behind him and all these things like, I did technically sort of stretch the truth about that. But I didn't stretch the truth about removing the weapons. That shouldn't be too hard.
Oh good, there you are. Do you want to come help me find a route?
I got that. Okay.
Just thumbs up or thumbs down.
Thumbs up.
Sweet.
He starts splaying out a hand and starts counting across his fingers.
I use detect thoughts.
You go inside his brain. There's many different images of different routes inside of his little mindscape.
I was really hoping you were just gonna say you go into his mind and just hear.
Yeah, and it's also just very like echoed.
I need gray root. Not black root. Gray root.
Inside his mindscape, there's black root and gray root. And then like the two kind of like spin around each other, and then there's a question mark.
It's a very gnarly, ugly root that grows in the savannah. It's pretty rare. It's like a potato, and it's underground. It's also a sleep aid. Not the gray one, not the black one. The black one's bad. I hope you understand what I'm talking about. Bonnabelle's not here.
Thumbs up.
Got it. Cool. Sweet. All right.
He kind of points to like the sides of his head, and then he crosses his arms over his mouth.
I can understand, but you can't see. Yeah, you can't speak.
Yeah.
Is it how in the world? How can you understand common but can't speak common? Shrug, I'm guessing.
There's a mindscape that goes through his mind as you see Kung attending grung school, and then he gets halfway through his semester, but then he decides to just
Aw.
drop it becomes a musician. He tries to play on the street. He tries to collect tips. No dice. So he goes back home to his parents, moves in with them for a while, and then he gets a big job offering in another place, and he outsources his job at that point. It's a very long story.
That's a very long story, Kang.
Ah,
You've had a very fruitful life.
ah.
You ever think of going back to college, finishing your degree?
Yeah, do you ever think about going back to school and finishing your degree?
There's an image of himself, but he's like old and has a cane.
You'll die first.
There's an image of his old self trying to attend college again, and they deny him.
What college is really denied because you're not.
He doesn't feel confident in himself.
Aww. But you're smart enough. Look at you. You're on Edelweiss's ship.
Not just any grog makes their way onto the SS Escobar.
He points a finger and he just goes, ow, 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 and he steps into the next room. You watch him just kind of like look over the navigational map.
Okay. Alright.
From how you would guess it, you would have to guess and say he's probably trying to chart out possible spots he might find Greyroot.
Alright. I'll go ask my brother really quickly. Not like going to do anything special, so we don't have to do like a side thing about it.
Okay.
If he has heard of it or seen it before.
Are you sure?
I don't know. Maybe my brother has. He has eyesight. I didn't.
He had functioning eyes.
And
Just
he
to-
goes outside.
Just to quickly roll through that. Oh man, Greyroot. Yeah, I've experienced it. I don't know where to find it, but I know where to buy it.
When did you go to the Mali and Daba? Did you get it in the Mali and Daba?
No, don't ask questions.
Where did you get it?
Don't ask questions. I know a guy. That's all you need to know.
Okay, where is the guy? And how long will it take there?
I'll contact him if you're desperate. We just need to get back home first. That's more urgent.
Okay.
The longer we think around and wait, the more children starve, sister.
This is gonna be like a tabaxi beach bro with like a faux hawk who's just like, dude, you guys want some Greyroot? It's all natural.
Oh my gosh.
I've got like 3 different strains here.
You're sure it's Greyroot, right?
Totally.
Not Blackroot?
Yeah, I only had Blackroot once. It was fine.
You're sure it's Greyroot, right?
Yes, I'm sure.
Okay, cool. So if I suddenly get poisoned and die, I'm blaming you.
You won't die. I didn't die.
Yeah, because you're immortal.
Yeah, I'm immortal. Yeah.
Okay, that's it. Edelweiss, go.
Very good talk.
Okay, so the 2 main things Edelweiss wants to take care of are... actually, I want to at some point have a brief talk with Emmanuel, but that can wait a bit. Need to hit
Okay.
up Bonnabel for the soup and bread, and then go down to Osric and confiscate the weapons from Atlas.
Gotcha.
Do we want a pee break first?
Yeah, I was gonna say pee break first.
Pee break
Pee
first.
break!
10-minute break. We'll get back to it.
things like Half Dan are already hitting 35 per crit inside of Crucible. A simple mistake, but just something to take note of. High impact frame auto rifles are going to be exactly the same next season. Now moving on, our precision frame auto rifles are 450s. Weapons like Uriel's Gift, which just got brought to us this season, revamped with random rolls, Ringing Nail, Tiger Spite. These weapons are actually getting a
Wow.
Hello.
Hello.
Welcome back.
Checked on you, nerd. You were never prone. How y'all feeling so far?
Pretty
I'm
good.
good.
I'm die. Thanks.
Why?
Die? Why are you
Why you
die?
die?
Oh. I'm glad you noticed, like, the boys just having to gamble right away.
Yeah.
I didn't even like see that until like way later. I'm like, oh, that's what she meant. Okay.
I'm gonna gamble with the boys.
Gambling. Time for Edelweiss to go full lawful good and be like, no gambling on my ship.
Oh, just like Red and all the boys would just throw him off the ship. That's how the mutiny would start.
And no alcohol either. This is a holy ship on a holy mission.
That's how the mutiny starts.
And then Edelweiss like laughs his ass off. Like, I'm kidding, I wear some Alcanavas. Let's drink and gamble and get into a fist fight. Then after everyone's all beaten and broken and covered in booze and blood and coins, they all just lift up their fist. Glory to Alcanavas! And that's how Edelweiss gets another favor point.
I forgot you still have that. Fuck me.
Yep.
What?
The favor point.
There's a thing?
Yeah, during Edelweiss's downtime.
Mm-hmm.
He gets one favor from the church.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, when and where did this happen? I don't remember that at all.
My
Let's see,
downtime was I got into a bar fight.
Yeah, because you wanted to do like a religious carousing.
Religious bar fight.
Oh, I kind of remember that. Oh yeah, it was written in notes, right?
Yeah.
that's
Yeah,
what
I kind of remember that. Yeah.
Edelweiss in particular couldn't decide if he wanted to get into one last pub brawl or if he wanted to pay religious respects to the divine. The answer was crisp and clear in his mind. He would do religious pub brawls, accompanying Harlock to the Knights Radiant meetups while they were still within town, while Edelweiss lost on the more philosophical debates and lore discussions. Having still been a sparrow among the Radiants, he could still throw a mean right hook, and had surprising use of improvised barstool tactics, and for that, the Elcaravis bunkmates respected him.
Gain one favor. Oh my gosh. That's great. That's great.
I just like to imagine they're like, where'd you learn to use a stool like that? It's like, back in Cobblepot in the Underdark.
Whoa.
One time I even fought a dwarf with another dwarf. He was the angriest dwarf I ever met.
Lord, I hope I added that GP. I hope I
Respect.
did.
Respect,
I
respect,
hope I
respect.
Okay.
Great googly fucking moogly.
Kooky Mookie.
Googie fucking
find a
moogies.
shit.
Okay. Has it been 10 minutes? I believe it's been 10 minutes.
Close enough.
Whenever y'all are ready.
I'm good.
Yeah.
So specifically the plan was hit up Bonnabelle and then go visit Ozark.
And then at some
Slash
point,
Atlas.
yeah, and then at some point talk to Manuel, but that can wait a bit.
Yeah. Alright, no worries. Edelweiss, you specifically hear like another voice in your head, a familiar one. You hear, the voice of Septos telling you, "Boy, when you have a moment, there's something we need to discuss. Bring the cat too."
Alright, will do, Septos. You sound weird. Are you getting a
When?
cold?
Fuck you. When you have time.
Of course.
When people are talking telepathically, we have to use a cup now.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't have a cup.
You don't.
Well, you
You
can't
don't talk
telepathically.
telepathically.
Oh my god. It all makes sense now. I can't talk to people because I don't have a cup. It all makes sense.
You should, Scott. You should tell Graham when I mentioned that. You should
Yeah.
tell Graham about that.
Cause fucking Danny asked specifically. I think she asked specifically if she could have a cup.
No,
Or
I
whatever.
said remind me to use the.
Oh yeah, yeah. You said remind you to use a cup for telepathy, and I was like, I know what you meant. I know you meant IRL, like talking to a cup for telepathy. But in my head, I just imagined like get a cup for Red in character, and her telekinesis is just like the solo cup and string telephone.
Yes! That's so
Suddenly,
good.
just a solo cup appears out of nowhere. Like, hello. Someone's here. Hello.
Edelweiss like doesn't even want to reach out to touch it, but he's just like, hello? Puts his ear up.
Otherwise, we need to talk.
What the fuck is this?
I mean, to be fair, Edelweiss never freaked out about the telepathy before. So this, I think, would be like way more roleplay adequate.
Psychic powers are semi-common in the Underdark, so
Oh.
not like everywhere, but it's just like, oh yeah, it's not the first time something's been like, hello, this is the voice of a fucking mind flare. I'm hungry. Could you bring me a couple of dwarves?
Is this Grubhub?
Yes.
I can still speak deep speech?
Yeah, you have that.
Hell yeah! So suddenly I can just talk to Edelweiss in deep speech.
How are you making those noises?
It's deep speech.
Alright, fucking Bonnabelle. Let's go.
Bonnabelle time, yeah.
Bonnabelle time. Alright.
It's all about Bonnabelle.
Let me quick music change because I forgot to play this for Bonnabelle earlier. But it seems fitting now.
Bonnabelle. Bonnabelle.
Fucking move over,
Bonnabelle.
Edelweiss. Now it's the Chronicles of Bonnabelle.
Oh my gosh.
Chronicles of Bonnabelle.
Yeah!
Yes.
Da-da-da.
Red, will you be accompanying him?
I guess. Fuck it.
Third wheel.
I can talk to the butter.
I imagine,
Bada-bada.
I imagine on the way, Edelweiss is going to be like, oh, and then after this I'm going to confiscate Atlas's weaponry.
Oh, that's actually kind of smart.
Yes,
Why didn't we think of that?
I don't know. We don't make smart decisions, Charisse. We just bumblefuck our way through everything and hope it works out in the end.
Yeah, you're kind of right, yeah.
Yeah, honestly.
Do you remember
Yeah, it's
how...
just like this magical voice and kind of just bumble our way through this shit.
I mean, you remember how we just, like, let Gorka Morga blow us up with that crystal thing? Like...
Well, to be fair, that was kind of my fault. 'Cause I pulled the...
I could have thought of some... By the way, Danielle, you're cutting out a bit. You might want to reset really quick.
Oh, rest in peace. Hello?
Hello?
Bye!
There we go. Just
Hello.
wanted to nip it in the bud before.
That's her.
Hey.
And then so Edelweiss will enter in and be like, Bonnabelle, is the soup ready? Osric's probably starving to death.
You see her, and how do you describe how she looks? Give me insight.
Insight. It's inside.
I get to insight or only Edelweiss?
Oh, you can insight too, actually.
Son of a bitch.
Hell yeah!
What the fuck? No,
All those cute girls.
that's
Yeah.
illegal.
So while Cyrus the dwarf is just kind of like tending to himself, perfect tranquility, you know, carving into a roasted chicken to kind of just help serve to other people later. At first glance, Edelweiss, you see Bonnabelle off in the corner. You know, she's tending to the soup, and she looks like she's just taste testing it. Taste testing it.
Mhm.
And you're like, oh, okay, she's probably just checking to see if the soup. Does this count as an indirect kiss if I eat the soup now? You're not quite sure. And then Red, yeah, you see like the entire expression on her face where like Edelweiss is blind to it. Her hair just kind of like her hair is just kind of just a bit frazzled as if she's been trying to perfect the taste for the past 5 attempts. You see the look in her face perfectly of, this is the one chance I get to make an impression. This will be the first meal that he gets to eat, that everyone gets to eat. And if they see that I mucked it up, it's too sweet, it's too salty. If it's too much anything, then I'm ruined. It's over. He will never see me the same way.
Oh my goodness.
Red just has like this sly, smile, and her eyebrows go up, and her tail starts to flit, and then she like puts her hand on Edelweiss's shoulder, and then just like goes around him from behind. It's like, oh, Edelweiss, you leave such an impression.
You're a baker, not a chef. You're a baker, not a chef. You're a baker, not a chef. You're a baker, not a chef.
I don't know what you mean, Charisse. I'm just a humble servant of El Carabas.
Red just kind of leans close to him and just like grabs his face and just like turns him towards, like, you're such a man.
Yes?
Don't worry about it. I may have been blind, but I can still see, some things. Body language, something. I don't need 3 months to figure that out.
Still weird that you used to be blind. That's just... Of all the things I've learned about you, that one's still weirding me out.
I wasn't completely blind. I could see shapes, not details.
Huh.
Like, I wouldn't have been able to know that you had the pointy nose.
Fair enough. He kind of like
might
rubs
have
the
been-
tip of his nose a little self-consciously, like,
I wouldn't have really been able to know the style of your hair or what kind of clothes you were wearing. It just would have been the white shirt or gold armor. That's it.
I suppose I can somewhat relate. I almost never saw color until I came up to the surface. Dark vision, you know how it is. You only see in black and white, and everything's pretty dark. Hence the name.
No wonder the drawers are uptight.
Yep.
Oh my gosh. They both were blind and then they came. Don't do this to me. Edelweiss was blinded by color and light. I'm too emotional. Don't do this to me.
Bonnabelle, how are you? How's the soup coming?
Hi.
Hello.
Sorry, I screamed.
Oh, you're fine. Happens all the time.
I was keeping it internal. That's my bad.
It's fine. How's the soup? And Edelweiss, goes in to, get a taste of it.
You see, like,
Panic.
You just-
Panic.
you see immediately just the outreach of just the initial like reaction of just attempting to stop you, but then she pulls back and it's just Here, 1 second. You just give me 1 moment.
Okay.
All right. You go ahead and scoop kind of just a quick sip from the ladle, as you do, because you're a punk like that.
Mm-hmm.
Because he wanted the indirect kiss.
Shut up. Shut up. You don't know
The
me.
taste kind of immediately hits you. It's more of like a cream-based stew. It seems to be primarily vegetable, which isn't completely bad, but there's also a good taste of mushroom, not Underdark mushrooms that you're accustomed to, where normally the smell and taste would make you kind of sick. But it tastes more gourmet. In fact, the soup kind of does taste more high end. You're impressed.
My, Bonnabelle. I didn't realize you were both a baker and a chef. This is fantastic.
Thank the 12, thank any divine beings that are watching over me right now, plus everything.
You know, which one was it? Like Haru is just like sitting there giving her finger guns, like, "Hey."
And she finally turns towards you. Genuine smile.
I'm glad you like it.
Everyone's going to be on this soup like... Oh, it's going to be terrible. They're going to be fighting over it in no time.
Oh no.
Don't worry, I'm only teasing. Can I get a bowl for myself and for Osric, though? He is probably wasting away as we speak.
Oh, sure, right. You're gonna eat with him. Yeah, no problem. I got you. I got you.
Kind of just scoops ladles into the bowl as Red, you kind of just look over again while also like next to Cyrus, just like that look on her face. You screwed it up!
Otherwise, you fuck.
Oh my god.
Kind of just sets aside some wrappings of fresh bread alongside with them, you know, just carefully handing them to you. You know, she's kind of got the bowls wrapped up so that like it's not going to necessarily burn your hands upon touch, but you know, still be kind of careful as you're balancing both these things onto you.
Oh my gosh, those cloth bowls. I love them. I got one for Christmas and I can't live without it now.
That sounds like witchcraft.
It does sound
It's
like witchcraft.
amazing.
I didn't think it was a real thing. I was just making something up until now.
Yeah, it's like it's supposed to be for microwaves, but you can use it for cooked food. I don't use microwaves. I just use it for cooked
Damn.
bowls, and it's just like a little like oven mitt in the shape of a bowl.
Oh,
So you just put your hot bowls in it, and you don't burn your hands.
Holy shit.
that's kind of nice actually. Damn.
That's amazing, and I love it. And now that you both like it, I'll have to get both of you one if I can find it.
Yes, please.
Hell
My
yeah.
hands, they burn.
I'd offer you a tray, but I think we kind of lack those right now, but I'll work on it.
That's fine, I can handle this. Thank you so
Right,
much,
then-
Bombell.
Enjoy.
I
Let me know
will.
how it is.
I will. And Edelweiss looks...
Hey, Edelweiss!
Hmm?
I could take that to Osric if you want.
Well, yeah, that'd be fine. I do still have to go down there to confiscate arms and armor for, from Atlas, but I suppose I don't need to go down there just yet. If you wouldn't mind,
No problem. We
actually,
should, have a good meal with, Bonnabelle or something.
oh, that's an idea. Bonnabelle, would you like to join me up top? The view from up top, or the view from the main deck is fantastic.
Ah, yeah.
Red just looks over at Bonnabelle with like a "You're welcome."
Yeah, she just gives you like the thank you eyes. Cyrus just kind of chuckles to himself as he realizes what Red did and just goes, well, I suppose I'll be making sure everyone else is fed.
Thank you, Cyrus.
You earned it.
Edelweiss
Kinda
like
just-
waits for her to scoop up a bowl.
Red just like stops as she realizes what she just did and goes, "Oh fuck it," because I make it seem like I'm trying to break them up. Oh, I'm an asshole.
Do it.
Oh fuck.
Yes, good. Let the ship flow through you.
Ah, lass, he's under look in both their eyes. Let them be. Let them feel it out.
Yeah, I know. Just feel like an asshole. It's fine.
Now share a bowl of soup with Osric and be cute.
No,
Do it.
absolutely not.
Do
no.
it, pussy. Do it.
No.
Coward.
Coward.
Damn.
Scott, you know what to do.
No.
Okay.
No.
So will you be wanting that dinner in depth? I ask for the sake of your comfort.
Oh, on my end, I don't mind if we do like a brief like thing where it's like, oh yeah, they're up on the top. The
What about you, Scott? Are you comfortable with it?
I don't care.
Scott Scott just goes forever DM, whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever. It's not the weirdest thing I've had to roleplay with my players. Okay, so you want to do
Hate.
what with the Illithid?
No.
I want to sit on his face.
Well, I'm not against it.
And I want you to roleplay it.
And you said a top deck for Bonnibel?
Yeah, the very top.
Just checking.
Yeah.
Alright.
Time to romantically look out at the savannah.
Like, okay, you mean like the balcony, like all the way top?
Yeah, all the way top.
Alright.
Hell
Alright,
yeah.
I got you. I got you. Give me a second.
Oh my gosh.
I know what I'm about.
Here we fucking go.
Edelweiss might be clueless, but I'm not.
Okay, hold on. Tiny table.
No. Oh my gosh. But little picnic blanket though?
Tiny stools. That'll be underneath. Let me see here. I don't know if I have a blanket. I have a carpet, but not a blanket. Okay, like blanket isn't like underneath the table or like a table cover. Oh, hello?
Oh,
Hello?
she muted.
Oh, rip.
I imagine neither her mom got home or the cat.
One or the other. We'll do about for now. I'll move it like, yeah, there we go. Alright.
There we go.
Alright. Where was I? Alright, so you set up kind of a like a easy breezy lunch spot on the top of the balcony here. You know, there's not too much decoration, and frankly, it's just Tim Annual over on the other side, which you don't think he's gonna catch wind of anything.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of just both sit down and, well, one of you's waiting to make a move. Bonnibel, like, how do I say? Bonnibel is doing that thing where, like, you're kind of nervous in a social situation, so he just starts sipping down the water.
Mm-hmm.
Hasn't even touched her own food at all. Before she finally just speaks up and goes,
I apologize. It's just wow. Yeah, still getting used to everything. It's the air, it's the heights, it's
It's a lot, I understand. It's not where I thought I'd be at this point.
me neither, actually.
I genuinely never thought I'd ever see an airship in my life, and now here I am, captain
It's-
of one.
It's funny, you read about stuff like this all the time, but you don't really take it in until you're experiencing it.
Yes, exactly. I mean, I spent so much time wanting to be heroic and dashing and a paladin and all those things, and suddenly I start getting them, and I'm like, wait, what do I do with these? How do I do this? Arthur Adrigan makes it look so easy.
They don't talk about the fear or like the kind of how to say, the shakiness behind everything.
That's
why those books are shit.
whoa.
Both Edelweiss and Bonnibel are like, who said that? I'll fucking kill you!
Who said that?
But, they don't...
If anything, I think you suit the image well.
Thank you. I try to live up to it as best I can. I'm still only in training, but Osric's a good teacher, and I'm hopeful that... I'm hopeful that I'll learn my lessons well.
Oh, so it's more like a teacher relationship then.
It's, Edelweiss, like, kind of stops for a moment, like... It's a weird scenario. We went on a date and flirted for a while, and then a whole lot of things happened, and then he's my teacher now, and it feels a little... Do you remember the
What?
bartender Tybalt, the old crusty tiefling?
Oh, jeez.
So, I guess there's that part of me that feels like, oh, that's the sort of thing Tybalt would do, date your instructor, and it's like, it just, I don't know.
Heebie-jeebies.
Exactly, it feels a little weird, and I don't know. I value him as a friend, I just wonder if it's going to go anywhere from this point. Like, it's fun and all that, I just, you know.
So it's still kind of a official thing on a. I just mostly want to get my facts straight. You know.
I,
Oh my god.
to be honest, we haven't had a chance to sit down and talk about it. In my mind, it's like, it's probably just like a brief thing that happened, but I don't know how Osric feels about it, so I need to have an honest conversation with him.
Was it him that initiated it, or?
Oh, it was me. It was. I mean, Edelweiss is like, just like sweating bullets a bit here, but he's also just like.
Shoveling food in his mouth.
I mean, it was. It was like seeing someone out of Arthur Adrican, and I was like immediately like, oh, there's this tall, shining knight, and
Yeah, so like I understand you being hot for them. I mean, like, she seems like she's had to stop herself physically from saying the word relatable.
Oh.
But I mean, there was that. But then I don't know. I feel like as much as I value him and view him as a friend, it certainly feels like a case of I think I saw in you what I wanted to be and chased it without really thinking about things, rushed into it.
Yeah, I get that.
So, I don't know. I don't think I'll pursue anything with him at this point. I want to be his friend still. He's easily one of the best friends I've ever made, but I feel, especially with him being my instructor, it feels a little weird.
Yeah, I can see that. But I mean, overall, I don't think you should be pressured to do one thing or the other.
Exactly.
Yeah. Just to feel it out, I guess.
Otherwise, kind of nods.
I
Eats more
guess
soup.
I guess it's just the whole thing of like you're kind of in a new world and you just want to try things, explore things, see how much you can, experience.
It's funny, but really all I did when I first got here was hate everything. Everything was so new and different, and I was so wrapped up in all the ways that things were at home. I was like, oh, look, this isn't drow enough. Oh, look at you ugly services and your not drow fashion. I made an ass of myself the entire time.
Look at yourself now. You fit in.
That's a weird thing to think about, but you're right, I suppose. Speaking of fitting in, how have you been adjusting?
It's all still very foreign and alien to me, but I mean, I guess where you resented it, I found wonder behind it. You always read all these stories about like different lands, and you want to experience them. I mean, that's how I felt. I think this will be kind of weird to talk about considering my upbringing and all, but I guess seeing the surface and reading all the books I did way back, that inspired me to want to kind of write stuff similar on my own.
Fuck, I love her!
Oh no, she wrote stuff. Wait, you wrote? That's...
I mean, I've been trying to, anyways.
Oh, that's fantastic, though.
Baker's child your whole life, so I suppose hearing about some of your stuff and just kind of seeing you, it's been an inspiration,
Oh, glad I could have that effect on you, Bonnabelle. I suppose, and this is maybe a little embarrassing to admit, but I suppose in a lot of ways I took inspiration from you. In that, well, how do I word this right? When I thought
Stop. Fucking stop. Oh my god.
When I thought about being a paladin, thought about becoming this shining hero, I always thought about how I would feel seeing the people back home, and the kind of person I'd want to be back there. And I always thought to myself, it'd be so nice to go back to Stone Shadow's bakery and see that whole family and see Bonnabelle and, be a better version of myself. Someone that maybe they didn't have to worry about selling their secrets to the Drow Empire. Someone who could just be a neighbor and a friend.
That's very touching to hear, actually.
I'm glad it doesn't sound too silly.
Well, I mean, I always felt kind of bad because, I mean, not bad as in it's a bad scenario or anything, or I don't know. There's just, I hope it's okay to talk about how do I put it? Not everyone seemed to have the best opinion of you.
Oh, that's
But-
fair.
I mean, I never saw you as too bad.
I suppose I had my charms. I always feel like I try to be hard on myself for who I used to be. But I like to think there was at least some redeeming qualities to the person I used to be.
I think it's good that you are aware of it,
Yeah.
but don't let it weigh you down. Because, I mean, even if you did think that about yourself, I think you actually are like someone different than how you use. Not completely different, as in just
Yes.
you're not the same. You're not the same person, but you're aware.
Yeah. Thank
And
you.
that's why I didn't believe any of the nasty rumors they spread about you.
Even though probably a lot of those were. Wait, what kind of rumors did they spread? I'm genuinely curious now, if you don't mind telling me.
She kind of just like hand on cheek, just like kind of just stares off behind the airship
Mm-hmm.
going one way. She kind of just stares towards the back end of the airship. And so at this point, you're like seeing her cheek like semi pout. You do kind of just like little bit.
Oh, to be a glove on that hand, pressing
Ah!
on that cheek.
She kind of just has a sullen look on her face. It just
Some of the people in Cobblepot, well, former residents, I guess they kind of suspected you for what happened.
Oh, with the... Well, I don't know what happened after I left, but I assume the attempted invasion.
Hmm.
Well, I won't deny that I likely aided it with the information that I sent back home. It's always a weird thing, sending letters and bits of information to people you've never met who probably don't care that you even exist, beyond
So
your
you-
service to them.
So you did have a hand in it.
I did until I didn't. I didn't know what it was for the longest time. I didn't really know what the plan was. It was just, report information on your neighbors, little bits here and there. And then I heard, I got the warning that the Drow were intending an invasion, that they were going to sneak in and kill as many of the able-bodied individuals as they could and sack the whole damn town. And I Edelweiss is just kind of looking at the table, just like, I don't really know what came over me, but I just remember thinking that I wasn't going to let it happen. I didn't know how I was going to stop it. It was insane. All my life I'd been raised to do this one thing with the implication that nothing's ever really going to happen. It's not like the Drow care about Cobblepot. You're here because Matron Mother Zara wants your mother to suffer in indignity. That's it. It's not going to amount to anything. And then all of a sudden, oh no, it's going to amount to something. Congratulations. You've been a small part in the annihilation of your home. Good job, sport. And I snapped, and I chased down every single person I could that could get the information. I found Ulgrim, and I knew he had ties to to Morsleb, and I just gave him everything. I told him every single thing the Drow were planning, and I begged him to spread as much as he could. I went to every contact I could find that had any tie to any rival force, Dwerger empires, anything. I even told your family to... I told your father what was going to happen. I wasn't sure if he'd believe me. In fact, I was quite certain he wouldn't believe me because it was me saying it, but I just remember pleading with him to do something, anything. I didn't want to see any harm befall you lot, especially. And then after I was certain that everyone was warned and knew what was going on and could prepare and hopefully either flee or mount an offensive, I left because I figured there was no way I could stop what was coming, and I couldn't bear to see what they'd try to do, and I hoped that somehow, some way, that something would, that maybe Ulgrim would come through and there'd be a force of Dwerger phalanx to fight off the Drow, or maybe the Dwerger Empire would mount an offensive and stop the Drow from taking extra land.
Not Dwerger specifically. You'll have to forgive me, it's a lot to take in.
Yes, of course.
I suppose I should start with this. What you did, amounted to, well, my family being able to, pack up and find somewhere else.
Otherwise, just lets out a huge sigh, oh, thank goodness, at least something good happened.
But at the same time, you're also responsible for us losing our homes and for Cobblepot to turn into a impromptu territory control.
So it didn't stop it after all.
Well, you had some effect. It's just, well, there was a battle. It just wasn't the Durgar who you expected.
Who showed up?
I don't know if it was, I just don't know if it was counter spy or some word that caught wind, but, well, Cobblepot's under Nafka Empire control now. And a lot of people weren't happy with that.
Right, I remember Ariel mentioning that her father had been seizing control in the Underdark. I didn't realize that it... So...
It's a weird situation.
That would explain why there was no... The whole time I was up here, for the longest time anyways, I was convinced that, that maybe, that regardless of whether my actions had any effect, that the matron mother would have gotten wind that her grandson had betrayed her and would likely send assassins after me because she's petty and spiteful and a monster. So I assumed I'd be dead within a few weeks, and then nothing happened. And then the more I heard about the Nafaka situation, the more it became clear that perhaps she had larger concerns, but I didn't realize they'd taken Cobblepot.
It's a weird situation, like I said. It's protection at the cost of your freedom, I would say. She kind of just slowly gets up from table. You'll have to excuse me, it's a lot to take in, so,
I understand, Bonnabelle.
We can talk about this more later.
No, Edelweiss, you fucked it up.
Yeah?
It's in character.
I mean, what was he gonna do? Lie to her
It's on
about it?
brand.
Insight.
Do. Thank you.
Oh wow, thank you.
Well, that went about as well as you thought it would, but well, you can't imagine the poor girl hates you. It's more of a having to absorb all the information that was given to her.
Yeah. I mean, Edelweiss
But-
doesn't feel good about himself regardless.
You don't get the feeling that she entirely, you know, you get the feeling she at least appreciates the truth, but it's just something to wrap her head around.
Yeah.
Someone who's been told that Edelweiss boy is no good, and then her going, no, that Edelweiss boy is actually all right.
Nope.
That Edelweiss boy is no good.
Nope. Surprise, surprise, I was actually terrible.
Hey Graham, you should do a quick refresh.
Why? Refresh of what?
Because you're
Oh,
cutting out a
Discord.
little bit.
Oh, okay. How about now?
Yeah, boy.
Hello.
Hello.
We'll see if you're better. You should be fine.
Okay. Yeah, Edelweiss just
Or-
kind of sighs and looks out and then gets up and it's like, well, I guess I'll check on to Manuel while I'm up here.
Alright, we'll bounce back to you here in a moment.
Okay.
Time for me to suffer.
Alright, give me 1 second. It's kind of a certain mood, atmosphere. I guess you're just kind of taking
no.
in. I guess you're just kind of taking in a lot of the mood from today. You know, a lot of stuff coming up, a lot of things needing to be tackled. Red. But, well, at least you get a chance to talk with Osric. Hopefully about your brother listening in.
The moment he hears is the moment he's definitely at the door. Being a snoop. And you know it. Everyone knows it. I don't even know if talking to Osric would be a good idea, but you know, whatever. It's fine. It's fine. Fine. It's fine. Your
Almost-
dinner has arrived.
Yeah, almost kind of springing into motion as you approach. He finally just moves away from his guards-like position and looks towards you. Is that mushroom I smell?
Probably.
Thank the heavens. Gently just takes the bowl from your hand. Doesn't even bother to, like, get a spoon. He just, like, slowly tink bowl against his helmet and just kind of, like, just gently tips.
Get turned around, you know.
I'm fine like this. In fact, I'm used to it. I'm sure it's at least somewhat amusing to you, but everyone has their secrets.
Yeah. It seems more inconvenient to me.
I see you've brought 2 bowls. I suppose I
I
should
did.
have. Oh yeah, you did bring 1, huh?
Yeah.
None for Red.
Yeah, I only brought the bowl and bread. That's it.
Okay, my bad. Backtrack. I forgot Red didn't take dinner.
Nope.
Well, I see you've brought.
She just
only-
played wingman and left.
I suppose you've brought 1 bowl. Are we sharing this one, or am I sharing with him?
What? No. Goodness, no.
Got me worried for a moment that we were already low on supplies in that case.
Oh no.
Already having to ration our food.
Oh no. Just
Huh?
played delivery girl.
Well, you should rest up yourself. Here, he offers you his bread. I can always get more later.
She just like rips off like a corner of it and then gives it back.
No appetite?
Not that. Can't eat bread.
Hmm.
Well, I can, but
Obligate
No.
carnivore.
Don't get much nutrients from it. It's basically, garbage.
Right, Tabaxi.
I'm going to reach in my bag and offer Osric some of the taffy that I have. Do you want to start with that?
Oh my, Taffy. Apologies, I haven't known such a delicacy in quite a while now. I don't think I've revisited home for quite a while.
Is that where this is from?
Oh yes, made Norman. Say, well, it's one of those family recipes. Not my
Really?
family. Not my family. I mean, just an upstart family in the city.
I got that from Aesop, so I don't really know much about it.
It's well, we're a city of thinkers, a city of aspirations. So you get some of the more zanier ideas from us, I suppose. That's how we're currently in the air.
Really? Maybe I should have gone to Frostvale rather than Grey Banner.
Well, it's hard to get into the city in the first place. The deeper in you go, the more inquisitive the minds, yet the more, well, mental chess games you'll end up performing. Oh, a lot's changed. Hasn't always been like this, but I'm waxing about the past. I'm sure you came here for a different reason. Have you come to see our friend, or...?
Mostly came to play Delivery Girl and probably should let him know what's going to be happening.
Right.
But mostly played Delivery Girl.
Well, you have my thanks.
Then I'll go ahead and knock on Atlas's door. Just literally just reach behind Osric and knock on the door.
Oh, no, don't mind me. Sister!
In a minute.
Sister!
What?
I smell food.
I'll get you food in a minute.
You didn't bring me food now?
Because you have a hole in your stomach. I don't know if you can...
Okay, so that doesn't mean I don't eat.
But I don't know if you can digest the food
I'm
properly.
the hospitalized one.
Yeah, and I'll get you food in a minute.
And you bring food for the Tin Man. Oh, I see.
Of course I bring food for the Tin Man.
I see.
He's playing guard duty, unlike you, Mr. Hospital Bed, who I don't even know if he can eat.
Over your own kinsman. Oh,
Shut up!
Oh, it hurts, sister. Oh,
Oh my
Ugh.
betrayal.
Fine, I'll get you food now.
Ghostly Tabaxi rise up around him. Bro.
Oh, put those away.
Perhaps, if you need a moment alone, I could fetch and bring back. I'll get one for you and our little prisoner here too.
Alright, I guess that works.
He deserves to eat too.
Well, yeah, I planned on feeding him.
I'll be back. And
Alright.
Moon, you be good.
You hear into that, Exalted Moon? You better be good.
I've been good. I'm gooder than you could ever imagine.
Yes, you're amazing, brother.
I'm amazing.
We're just gonna knock on Atlas's door again.
You hear a voice from the other side. Can I ask what you're requesting? I thought I was meant to stay in here.
We found something that will work. If you surrender all of your weapons, we could probably let you out.
All of them.
All of them.
So what, you just want me to slide them through the door, or?
I think you can come out if you surrender them all. Not everyone else is afraid of you, but I don't know, I'm not.
Why you? Why'd they send you?
I
to
just...
torment me.
No. Just playing Wingman just kind of happened. If you
don't see
want,
the
I can go...
irony in this.
Oh, yeah, of course I do. You want me to go get that device?
No, no.
Hi, Jack.
Hello, Jack.
You want me to get Edelweiss? No.
If he would pardon the moment.
Take your time. Did you really come in and open my door and then leave? You little bitch!
Meow.
Meow.
Cats see a closed door, must open door.
Cat sees the door is open. Wait, no, that's illegal.
He literally just came in, opened my door, and then left.
So you already have that first door open, and then finally you hear like a shifting and sliding on the other side as it opens up.
Yes.
Give me 1 second.
What, I'm allowed to come in? Like, am I actually allowed to come in?
Wait a second, did I do that right? I did not do that right, excuse me. Do whatever, but I figured this would be easier.
Oh, you're really gonna let me in? I didn't figure you would. Seems kind of invasive.
Do I have a
Your
choice?
space, you know.
It's your airship.
Oh, it's Edelweiss's ship, not mine.
airship. I'll rob
I'm a passenger too.
It's both of yours for all I care.
I didn't really expect to get in here so soon. What is all this?
Training equipment. Yeah, you do note upon entry of the room itself, there's just several like wooden poles erected throughout the floor, including like one training dummy up to the top left. They seem kind of just, even though they've been recently installed, it seems they've already been getting some use. To the north end of the room, you see a small elven shrine. Right next to it, a blade on display.
It's like a scimitar.
Give me a perception check.
Perception check. That's persuasion.
Wow.
Where's perception? Yeah, I have that.
You kind of take a closer look at the elven shrine. You don't really see you don't really recognize what kind of figure it may have been, but you do note a kind of like few decorative items placed like it kind of just it sits with legs crossed and its arms like kind of scooped as if like trying to hold something close to it, but you see purposefully like placed items just decorating around it.
Interesting.
But regardless, Atlas off to the side, just like kneeling next to his little bedroll, not even setting up a proper bed, just a bedroll. You just kind of like watch him go for his body. Just see one black iron pistol on the floor, another one on the floor. This repeats 6 more times, totaling 8 times.
Why am I not surprised that you hide everything everywhere?
Takes out 2 short swords, put them on the bed.
Jesus.
You watch him kind of just like lift, like kind of just like stretch his wrist. A blade pops out from his gauntlet, takes that out, puts it on the table, does the same thing for the other gauntlet on his other wrist.
Hey, I have something like that. Can I show off mine?
Kind of just feels around his body. Yeah, you can if you want. He's not really
Like,
saying much.
where did you get those?
Thinks to himself. I made them.
You made them?
I know how to make them.
Is he
No,
lying?
I know how to put them together. The design wasn't mine.
Oh. Did you get that from someone?
You consider corpses people?
Some of them.
No, it's just
Not by my hand. Just already dead.
Hmm.
You would call them relics. I call them tools.
Where did you find them? Like, the design, the body or whatever. Was it in
You
the?
You already know I've been in glass.
You found it in the glass?
You find a lot of things in the glass.
Does it look like it's black? I almost said Grey Warden again. I had to catch myself. Does it look Black Warden? Like-
Absolutely Black Warden design.
What the? Where did you? Did you get it off like a skeleton or something, or like of an undead or something, or?
A corpse.
Well, yeah, but this
Doesn't
is.
matter. They're dead.
But what were they doing in the glass? Was this before or after my shenanigans?
Is that what
Which
we're calling it?
shenanigans?
Yep.
Do you mean before I tried to drown you? Do you mean before well, what I've experienced?
Yeah, before that.
No. After.
So that's. I'm trying to figure out why.
The only
I
things
was like, Gray again!
The only things I have are clothes on my back. Everything else I've scavenged or bought. Or stolen.
No, I'm just trying to
Everything
figure out
before.
why in the world were Black Wardens in the glass? There's only supposed to be like 3 Black Wardens still alive. Oh, that's really sad.
Keyword alive.
Hmm.
Maybe
Well-
he found some old dead ones.
Yeah, but they were in the glass.
Yeah, they've just been dead there for a while.
What do you think killed them?
I don't know. I assume
That's
the
what I
glass.
wanna know. How does an undead die?
Oh, that's a really good point. I didn't really think about that. Oh. Well, that's even. Okay, right. Okay.
How are you real?
Oh.
That moment when you finally get to know your arch nemesis and you realize they're a fucking idiot. And you're just like, oh my god, this is what's been outsmarting me the entire goddamn time.
Look, this is everything I've had on me. All I ask is that the decorative sword over there stays. It's never been used.
Yeah, I can pretty much. I can tell that you're probably not going to use it for anything nefarious. Does it look sharp?
It looks real, it looks sharp, but it just looks like it's been mostly collecting dust.
Mm-hmm.
But it's still in pristine condition. It could be used.
Yeah. You'll have to swear that you'll never use it.
Or like, he could just like keep it
And
bound.
I don't know how to do that.
I don't know, just put some chains on it or some shit. Put a bike lock on it.
God. Put a bike lock on it. Fuck you.
Seems important to you, so I'm pretty sure you can keep that promise, but just say it.
Yeah, I promise.
Is he telling the truth?
Insight.
Boop. Oh, for fuck's sake!
You wonder. I mean, quick and to the point. He did ask politely. But can you really trust him?
Ah, fucking fuck. Ah, fine. Whatever. Do something about it later. Hey, let's begin the process of picking up all of the hundreds of weapons that he has.
He very gently folds the blanket that he's set the weapons on up, very nice and compact, and he gives you that look again of just, how are you real?
Look, okay? I don't know. Alright? I was blind before 3 months ago. Leave me alone.
Otherwise,
Yes?
not nothing. You just came to check in on Red. But the door's open, and Ozric is gone. So now you're concerned.
Oh, I swear, if Charisse is dead in there, I am going to actually scream. Oh,
Funny how someone gaining sight suddenly has a different outlook on the world, now doesn't it?
Oh.
oh, you're not murdered. Oh, that's nice.
I'm picking up the weapons.
What about that one? And he points to the ceremonial blade.
He promised he wouldn't use it.
Oh yes, because the crew's going to be very happy that the trained assassin promised not to use the sword.
Look, no one has to know about it. Because you two are the only other people who've entered here.
Edelweiss, like, I'll put some kind of chain on it, just to make sure it's safe. He puts air
Don't.
quotes.
Leave it be.
Alright, fine. Doesn't look like it's been used. Can I roll insight on him? Because he seems like really touchy about that fucking sword.
Yeah,
Why
go
don't you
ahead.
use Zone of Truth?
Fuck that. Like, he doesn't have to answer.
Oh, okay.
It seems more of kind of, how to say. You begin to start to kind of question it until he does follow up with what he follows up with after. It's just, I know I ask for a lot. For someone who was. For someone who's been causing you trouble. For someone who does not have a good reputation. And I can't promise I'll make good on anything I've done. But it's a simple request.
Fair enough. I suppose it won't be an issue. And I don't think you have any...
thanks.
I don't suppose you have any reason to do any harm to the crew anyways, so...
What they don't know won't hurt them.
Oh, Charisse, don't ever say that.
I know they'll find out and then we'll get in trouble again.
No one has to know. It's just... It's something close to me. Everything around that shrine is. A lot of promises I made.
Is there any like thing in particular that is like noticeable on the shrine?
What can you say? Let me see here. Just kind of looking from a distance because you get the feeling he might be touchy. He gets a little
I'm not
bit
gonna
closer.
walk over, just gonna see.
Yeah, you're just gonna like look from afar.
Mhm.
How to say?
If you can't think of anything off the fly, that's cool.
No. It's not that. It's just, just kind of anticipation before I like lore drops and stuff.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
Oh shit, he gonna lure.
It's mostly just a bunch of miscellaneous items, a weathered coin. You think you see what is a old holy symbol in there. You might recognize that as. Well, it's one of the sun symbols, but you can't quite put your eye on it. It's a different design. Stray gemstone here and there. Weirdly enough, you do see like an amulet with what looks to have a butterfly on it.
Bitch! Bitch!
It's just a what on it? I'm sorry?
A butterfly! Bitch!
Oh.
But otherwise, miscellaneous trinkets.
Yeah,
No,
bitch!
Weathered.
Aww. It's really sad. That's really, really sad. You got me good there. Just play me, man. Man. Red's gonna tie off the now bag of weapons
Yeah.
and hand it to Edelweiss.
Oh, thank you, Charisse.
You feel the weight of 8 guns in here.
How... Like, otherwise, like, looks like he's about to ask, how many guns did you have? But he's like, he stops because, like, he knows the answer is a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. He pulled them other places I didn't think he could fit them.
Edelweiss gives Atlas a weird look.
What?
Look, he really wants me dead, okay?
I mean, I've wanted a lot of people dead over the years, but I've never put a flintlock up my hindquarters.
I'm good at ideas. This is the last place I'd put something.
Which
For
is
the record, I am bearing myself vulnerable to you now.
fair enough.
We know. Well, at least I know.
Mostly in agreement on that. Maybe a little suspicious, but... By the way, and I suppose you might be reticent to answer this, but how's your shadowy friend doing?
One-off spell. No
Ah,
attachment here.
interesting. I wondered if maybe we had that in common or not. Oh well.
Well, we keep meeting people who have one. It's quite interesting.
Everything's interesting, isn't it? Like this scenario right now.
Where you're on a ship with the person you swore to kill, and suddenly you're trusting us?
I don't think he trusts us. I just think he doesn't have a choice.
Yeah, don't make me chuckle here, buddy.
This is as close to trust as you've probably gotten with us in, what, 100 timelines?
Mm.
Probably best not to think about how many times this has happened.
Edelweiss?
Hmm?
You're making this very difficult for him.
Edelweiss is like, he's sitting there thinking, like, on the one hand in his head, he's like, oh no, I'm making it difficult for the guy who tried to murder you several times. Oh boy. On the other hand, he's like, fair enough. Well,
Oh, Edelweiss. Edelweiss. Do not tell my brother about, Atlas trying to kill me and stuff.
Edelweiss is just, like, looking side to side, like, he'll figure that out eventually, you know.
Look, okay? I don't want to have to explain that to him.
Alright.
Wait, is Atlas on to come out now?
I'll talk it over with the crew, see how they feel about it.
Okay. Well, until we find out, I guess you're
I'll sit here and twiddle my thumbs until I'm released again.
He can always practice his kung fu.
Can I give him my deck of playing cards?
If you own one, sure.
I do. I also have dragons. Oh wait, no, that's normal dragon skills, yeah. Give him my deck of playing cards. And some
You-
taffy.
You offer it to him and he just kind of looks up at you and like, I don't need this to feel any more different than how it already is. It's he seems like he's trying to choose his words carefully.
Something to do.
It's not that I don't appreciate it. It's just weird.
Take the cards. Entertain yourself.
I have other means of entertaining myself. Please just go.
Alright. See you later, Atlas. I'll just close the door.
No need. For
Otherwise, he doesn't like me at all.
Let's see here. Do
Golly.
the dynamic lighting right.
Oh golly, you think, Danielle?
Probably.
Really, Charisse, you think he doesn't like you? I couldn't imagine why.
Yeah.
I mean, look, at least we try to be friendly to him, although somehow I wonder if that isn't making this worse. Like somehow us being kind to him is actually making him feel things that he never... Like it was easy when he could just think of us as things that he had to kill, but now he's met us and we're people now, and now he has to think about all the ramifications of what he's going to do and what he's done in the past. Suddenly he doesn't feel so sure, does he?
Probably not.
But at the same time, I think there's something good to be said from us trying to befriend him. If nothing else, I'd like to think that maybe if we all stick together, we can help avert whatever it is that you're allegedly going to do.
Yeah. Hopefully.
Alright, I should get these weapons to Tomald.
Good luck.
I don't need luck. I'm Edelweiss of Greybanner.
Phew.
Oof. Oh my.
What else did we want to take care of? Because I believe dropping the weapons off the Tomlin could be a quick convenience.
Mm-hmm. Other than, like, I needed to see if, like, Tomald and them, like, had any objections to Atlas being allowed to walk around freely now that he's been disarmed, but other than that, I don't think Edelweiss had anything major he needed to take care of.
Alright.
Oh, he had to talk to Septos.
Yeah.
Oh
That was
yeah.
everything.
Oh yeah.
Septos does one red round for that, but for the main part, of things, talking it over with Tomold and Temanuel, just checking up on both of them. Well, Temanuel never really had too many objections besides, like, just growing concerns, but for the most part, Tomold just kind of answers is just, well, I guess it is inhumane to just keep that kid locked up, so point is, now I got the weapons and he doesn't. You just make sure he works.
Naturally. He'll pull his weight around here. No questions
Alright.
asked.
I don't want that kid getting favoritism.
Oh, don't worry.
He doesn't deserve it.
There's a very short list of people that would ever get favoritism from me, two of which are you and Temanuel.
The third being that drow girl, right?
Sverfneblin, and
Ooh.
shut up.
What's the difference?
6 inches?
No, I'm being genuine here. What's the difference? I actually don't know.
6 inches to 1.5 feet of height, and also Sverfneblin are generally a benevolent race. They've never enslaved anyone or done anything really unpleasant other than assassinate a lot of drow.
Huh, sounds like my kind of people.
They're actually really good people.
You'll have to forgive me, I've only never known the drow.
Don't worry. My people don't make good impressions, as a rule.
We're good, Val.
I know.
Just make sure to keep up on that boy.
I intend to. As much as I want to see him turn from the path he's been on, I can't ignore the things he's done, and I can't ignore the possibility of him doing other bad things. And also, it just wouldn't be good to, have someone on this ship that doesn't pull their weight. It doesn't really look good to the rest of the crew.
No, it don't. Gives you a solid, stoic nod as you leave. Where the fuck did I put? Where did I leave? There he is.
Edelweiss
Alright.
is just thinking to himself, okay, this captaining thing is getting easier. Still gotta assign ranks to people, but mitigating problems, delegating positions, I'm getting the hang of this. I've got this. Bonnabelle thinks I'm a monster.
She does?
What? No.
What did you do?
Charisse, now really isn't the time.
I did all that for you, and then you mess it up.
It was... I was being honest.
Oh, just barge in.
It was something from my past, and I couldn't let her believe I was a perfect person then.
What?
What am I supposed to do? Lie to the girl? Tell her, oh no, I never spied on your family or anything like that? When the
She's been on the ship for less than a day.
And she has a right to know that I sold information about her family to the Drow.
Septos, you wanted to see us?
He sits in an armchair, just kind of half slumped over, like open book in his hands, as he just finally
Please-
like closes it, looks up at the
please.
both of you.
Please tell me he has his leg crossed where he just has his ankle on his knee, so his like crotch is
Yeah.
just like wide open. Yes.
And
Oh,
so
yeah.
you finally show up.
Sorry, had some captaining to do. How's being the
Of
engine?
course. Of course. Relaxing, I would say.
Good, good.
But that's not why I called you here.
Naturally.
It's about my current form. It's about her friend. He points over at Red.
Which one?
You know which one. Bring him out.
Okay. Both, could you come here, please?
And pop, he's in. Like the little bubble pop sound effect.
Septos wants to speak to you.
Servant of Vermilion. No.
Well, that's
Okay,
a
then you'll
reaction.
stand there and I'll convey the message. What is it, Septos?
It's time we finally got some things out on the open. It seems there's conflicting stories here. Information
Oh.
going here and there.
Oh
Your friend
boy.
just think otherwise. I felt it necessary that you both deserve to know the truth. The actual story, not what he feeds you.
Red just glances at Both.
I speak a tale of 4 titans. He speaks a tale of 1.
Oh.
Because there need only be one, as I've mentioned before. And where is this world's titan, may I ask? Faf remains silent. Exactly. He doesn't have an answer.
I think it's less that he doesn't have an answer and more that he's not allowed to answer. Isn't that right?
Is that right? Both of you gang up on Faf.
I'm trying to be nice.
Edelweiss just sitting here like, oh, bitch, drama. Eidolon drama.
Contact and search has been attempted, but you need not worry, servant of Vermilion Star. There is a Titan. I know he still resides somewhere. It's just the boy's conflicted, you see. He speaks of a Titan that does not exist.
Okay.
I grow only concerned because of how I currently am. I'm adjusting to your world. Something unpure.
What's unpure? This world or you?
Myself. I'm getting essence of the material plane. I'm meant to be pure. One radiant fire elemental being. And this is what I am now.
Is there a way to reverse the process?
Going home, I would hope so.
Would make sense, I suppose.
Pawn Puff's head. He just kind of looks up to Red, conflicted. as if trying to find answers that he does not have.
Or I would give him just like this, you know, I don't know, relaxed look that just like, it's okay kind of look. So you said there were 4 other Titans, right? What kind? Like, what are they for?
You would best sit your hindquarters down. It's going to be a long story.
Oh boy.
Long
Red's
ago,
gonna pick up.
the 4 elements were in harmony, but then the Fire Nation attacked.
Let
Red
me
is
tell
gonna
you
pick
the
up
tale.
Thoth and put him in her lap because she doesn't give a shit.
Let me tell you the tale as I've been told, as we know as elemental beings, and something that your realm does not seem to know. Are you ready, children? It's story time.
Oh boy, story time with Septos.
And that's where we're ending tonight's session.
Yeah, no.
And then I punched Scott in the face.
Yeah, bye.
I'm like waiting for it, like, and that's where
Yeah.
we stop. I'm like, you motherfucker. What do I gotta do to get the story, Scott? Do I gotta suck your dick? I'll
Just
fucking
give me a
do
moment
it.
to prep. Just give me a moment to prep. This is something I've had to hold back on for a long time now.
Oh boy.
Ah,
Oh shit.
there's the sound of Scott being excited.
No, shut up.
A final seal released as ancient lore.
I'm just sorry if I put people to sleep.
Are you kidding me? Really?
Scott, I literally threatened to suck your dick to get the lore. Like, I don't threaten to suck people's dick all willy-nilly either.
Let me start from the beginning. In the beginning, there was only Gorm. The world was rock and darkness. Then Gorm dreamed of animals and plants, and they added to the dream. The moon lit the night, and its dream gave life to Breck. Breck, who was fire and light. Suddenly, the world was plunged into a struggle. The light and the darkness wrestled for power as Gorm and Breck grappled. The animals and plants watched and hid. Some died, trampled by the mighty. The rays of life touched the dead and returned them to life, full of anger and fang and hatred for all. The rays of dark touched the dead and spirited them away, free of their eternal troubles. The dead dreamed too, as do all things. And the monsters, they added their dreams, and between them the cooling rains of Akka drenched the earth and soothed the weary. Just as the warming breezes of Syl warmed their shivering flesh. Do you understand so far?
4 elemental titans that inevitably gave rise to creation.
Gorm of earth, Breck of fire, Akka of water, and Syl of air. Their dreams tumbled to the first streams, and the rivers dreamed of the reptiles in the oceans. The oceans dreamed of fish, and the winds dreamed of mountains and forests to add music to the world. And they in turn dreamed birds, the ice and snow that drove them away in the seasonal shifts. All things dreamed, and because of this the eternal struggle raged. Only now Syl and Akka joined the fight. The 4 mighty ones constantly at war for control, and the dead were soon outnumbering the living. And the dreams shouted so loud. Do you see why all of this? Without being able to coexist, the 4 elementals planes separated, not being able to harmonize with each other. Which is why I wonder how your world exists. The elemental planes were never meant to touch. Because I touched this one too, I turn into something different. Why is that? Thoth speaks up. That's not how the story ends.
For all being shouted, they shouted to stop. That the mighty could not help but listen. So your mighty set down their cudgels and dropped their fists. Blood dripping and pooling and joints beginning to stiffen as the toll of the millennia finally weakened them enough to sit and listen. A story your titans never told you. For all the world dreamed. The dream of war had gone far too long, and it was time for peace. It was time for titans to learn to live in harmony, lest the whole of dreaming be lost, and so they sat for the first time. They did not quarrel. And so your titans told their own dreams, told the dreams that others had not heard, would not hear. Septos grows silent, listening in on the boy, leaning in. Go on then. Tell your recollection since you know so much. Hoff opens his mouth as if suddenly he's just kind of reconnecting to a past he did not know he had. Gorm spoke of caverns, the secret ways, and the turn of the leaf. In autumn, Gorm spoke of the earth and the mysteries it contained, the great mystery of all. The one called the will. This was a secret dream, dreamed by no one but itself, and heard by none who listened for it, but it existed all the same. Gorm sang to the rest of the Titans a single note, the only one it knew, and said it was but one of the keys to finding the will, and for a time Gorm was silent. This is why Gorm does not speak anymore. And surely you know this next part. Tales of Breck spoke of the sun and the volcanoes, and the fiery brilliance of summer, and the cleansing purity of the wildfire and beasts, so I'm told. Aberrations were simply the expressions of the dreams and those who could not find their true dream in life, and must now suffer nightmares for their loss. Breck sings a single note, the only one Breck ever knew. And you see it was but one of the keys to finding the will. And Breck grew silent afterwards, did he not? Akka spoke of deeps, the watery palaces, the stagnant swamp and the deep pools with the early morning mists. Akka spoke of the fertility of the world, of life and birth, planting and copulation. Of the fish and the lizards and turtles and frogs, of crabs and shark, Akka sang to them a single note, the only one he ever knew. And for a time, Akka was silent. Syl spoke of cold winds and hot breezes and wide places of the world, and those who soared above it. The awesome might of the storm and the snowfall spoke of the infinite music of the world found in all places, and he too sang to them a single note. And for a time, Syl was silent. You see, all these beings, all these concepts that make up our world, through their song, our material plane was given birth. So despite you despising this world, we are a byproduct of you, and because of you, we were left alone. Foreign notes still hung in the air, resonating, and their dreams dreamed of the will, and the will dreamed in response. He turns to Red. This what might be the concept of your Titan.
Song that created the land. Well,
The very will of the material plane.
being the Titan itself, that would be... Maybe that's why the world is dying. Ha ha! Bad joke.
But then, if there is such a being, why do so few people even know the concept? Where would it be? Where did it go?
I imagine it's the world itself.
I suppose that could be it.
Red, the ebony staff in your inventory glows and glimmers for a bit. Do you touch it?
Yeah, sure.
Taking it in hand, Bo, as you've seen, as you've seen the sheen of the little speckles in its material before, this sturdy yet bony-like material that makes up the staff. While you have seen its sheen before, while you have seen lights dance around it before, similar to the stars themselves, for the first time you hold it, unlike before, more lights seem to sparkle and shine around it, unbeknownst to you before.
Pretty.
For a moment, the lights kind of just shine in a certain direction, and you make out the unknown figure of an entity. Something new you've experienced with staff. Everyone in this room sees it. A sort of hologram, per se. A fake image of someone. Their face is not shown. A voice rings out afterwards. And so was its tone. The first of us were created, and by the power of the will, do we live. But at the same time, we suffer to live. But my question in all this is, why? Why a tale of dreams creating dreams, and yet we ourselves have lost the ability to create, lost the ability to dream per se? This is what I aim to find out. And with this, I think I'll find my answers. And before you can even, begin to divulge even more, it just kind of fades and just kind of just shatters.
Murdoch, you bitch. Damn it, Murdoch.
Fucking Murdoch.
Huh. That does bring up a question. Why can no one in the material plane make anything? Or dream anything? It's a really good question. But I don't want to use the staff to find out. Where it just falls on her back and looks at the ceiling.
It seems our stars are at a crossroads. For my people, we take war at each other. But for your people, you are a creation of us separated from us, without our knowledge that a once era of peace created this world. And what of your world? Where does your Titan reside? And why does he not answer the calls of his people?
I assume that he can't.
It seems we have a lot to discover.
Maybe the stars can tell me.
Maybe the gods have some answers.
Huh.
Be really nice if they could bless me with a vision at some point. That'd be really helpful.
You would be wary of both. When the stars show you other worlds, then you too may reach into the unknown and not know what looks back at you. And for you and your gods, you may trust in them to guide you, but what's to say they won't lead you on the wrong path?
Oh,
Stew on this.
There's a fun concept. Oh, hey, I discovered religion. Oh, by the way, religion might already be lying to you. On the other hand, I don't think El Caravas has much lying in him. He's pretty much go out, drink, and fight people, but maybe that's why he isn't giving me visions of what's going on in the world. He's like, oh, I don't know, that's not really my thing, Edelweiss. I'm too busy punching a giant shark.
One or the other. Your answers seem to lie in your world. The world that we supposedly created. And with it, I will find a means to an end.
Don't worry, Septos, we'll find a way to get you home.
And in turn, we will find a way to preserve yours.
Appreciate it.
But I asked it. Oh, go on.
And besides, you know, it'll look good on your resume. Oh, I went to the material plane, helped save it, and even met one of its greatest heroes.
And hopefully not permanently disfigured. But I have one question to ask, which is why I requested a little one. Why suddenly he kind of just places his head, just gripped right over Foff's head? Why suddenly remember when I begin to tell my tale? Foff just blinks. I am unsure. If I find out you hide any more information from these people, I will see to your end by the end of things.
Red glares at Septos.
Staring back at Red, he just mentions, "Be wary of this one. He knows not what he's about."
Yes, he knows too much.
All the knowledge in the world, and yet it takes a single key to unlock them one by one.
Little
What?
thing,
What
just with a
are
drop
you?
makes a ripple. You know what I mean?
Figure out what he is.
Working
He's
on
not one
it.
of us.
I made Septos mad.
He's kind of always mad, to be honest. I think it's a fire elemental thing.
Foff gently sits down on the pile here, kind of just looking like his world's been turned upside down.
You doing okay?
They abandoned us. I know they did. So why suddenly care again?
You sure that they care now? Is that why all those elementals are falling around those people? Is it for the Titans?
I'm conflicted.
Is that why Big Boss Man wants them dead? Does Big Boss Man not want the other Titans to be involved?
He kind of just gently grips his head. I don't know. I know not the intentions or the purpose. Many conflicting answers. Many leashes being strung about me.
Lots of puppet strings being pulled around everyone.
1,000 voices to follow. Yet I want to form my own.
I think that's a good thing. It dawns on Ren at that moment after she said that it's the one thing that Thoth's been trying to tell her to do, that she's been not wanting to do, and now she's doing it to him.
I had thought myself to be a servant of the Titan, and to follow his will. Follow the will. But now, I am unsure.
Wait, whoa. You didn't say Big Boss Man was the Titan. I'm sorry, what?
That's the thing. I'm unsure.
that. But. Oh no.
If there is a truth to things, then I will find out for sure. And through that information, I will carry out things as I see it.
Oh, that worries me a lot. For some reason, I don't know why. Not the whole boss man being the Titan, especially with all this is coming around. Oh boy. Got really
Forgive me,
complicated.
servant of a million star. I
It's
need
not
to
you.
ponder on this.
That's okay. We're
Thought
just gonna...
dissipates, leaving you both with more questions than answers.
Like usual.
It's a lie.
Well, that was a fun story time, wasn't it, Charisse?
What changed? What'd you do?
Hmm?
What'd you do, Scott?
Hmm?
What the list of all of the stuff like updated. It was weird.
Oh, don't worry. Just adding something to the lore section.
Yeah, I had it open and it was like, where? What? There it is.
Hey.
Yeah, in case anyone of you want to reread that.
I
but,
did.
Hell yeah.
I will be cutting off tonight's session here.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's just still a few more things to take care of next session, but I hope you all enjoyed the nap that I just gave you.
Wasn't
It wasn't a nap, it was a
Thank
mindfuck.
y'all. Thank y'all for joining tonight's stream. Hit that like and subscribe button.